never walk again. Can't you see I've got no rhythm? So I said I never stand again. The way I stood with you.
Let there be light, light, light.
Got it! Got it!
Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh.
Got him! Got him!
Unified, we go in like a Porsche. I connect, I'm KS, I support, yeah. I'm like a movement, yeah. Got them exclusive, yeah. All I know is support. Kingdom, business, I rap. Jesus, music, exclusive. I am so relentless. Artist, showcase, loyal. Your way, you get glory. It all belongs to you. This ain't about me. Glory to G.O.D. Yeah, I've been on my grind since 2016. If you got a vision, I got ya. In ministry, I got ya. And if you look at it, got ya. I'm KS, I support, yeah. I play exclusives, y'all. I am a king's kid, y'all. It's not about me. It's Christ inside me. I support, kingdom assignment. Spirit feel, yeah, all up inside me. I support my west side. On the East Coast. MIA, if you send it out, I will. You see your daughters, kingdom supporter. If you love Jesus, I'm a support. I support my west side. On the East Coast. MIA, if you send it out, I will. You see your daughters, kingdom supporter. If you love Jesus, I'm a supporter.
Together, yeah, this kingdom, hey, we shoot like the warriors. Take your best shot, cause we are royal. I remember this, I ate for 24 hours, Kobe Bryant. Unity with the KS fam, ain't no cap and die. Never end, never turn, rockin' the ship. When we sink and we never drown, Megazords, now we one body. We party with Alicia, the online disc jockey, yeah. Bringing the heat, ain't no sleeper, more underdogs consistently. The love of Christ is leading KS Radio to remove the veil, and I do it silently. We gon' get it, jiggy,
You ask around, they'll tell you it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thank God I serve a God who provides all I need, and then I'm far from basic. He's amazing. Ask him if he know me, he say that's my babe. And I'ma give all I have till it's gone. See, he's my only theme to every verse and every song. So I'ma make it clear, I belong to him, and that ain't never gonna change. See, that's just what it is.
I play exclusive, y'all. I am a king's kid, y'all. It's not about me. It's Christ inside me. I support kingdom assignment. Spirit feel, yeah, all up inside me. I support my west side. On the East Coast. MIA, if you send it out, I will. You see your daughters, kingdom supporter. If you love Jesus, I'm a support. I support my west side. On the East Coast. MIA, if you send it out, I'll go. You see your daughters, kingdom supporter. If you love Jesus, I'm a support. I support my west side. On the East Coast. MIA, if you send it out, I'll go. You see your daughters, kingdom supporter. If you love Jesus, I'm a support. I support, I support. Catch me preaching, but this ain't church, yeah. Putting that work, I support, catch me preaching, but this ain't church, yeah. Putting that work, I see his post. Catch me preaching, if you see me, this ain't church, yeah. Putting that work.
KS Radio Show, hosted by Alicio, aka KS. You got a new hot record you can't get on the airways? Well, they take music submissions over here at Alicio Torres 1989 at yahoo.com.
Say what?
Alicio started the KS Radio Show in January 2016, and it is recorded live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time through www.blogtalkradio.com. Not only is the KS Radio Show the home of the most exclusive music and interviews, you can also give a birthday shout out to your homies. Happy birthday! Follow on Instagram and Twitter at KS Radio Show, or contact Alicio directly. His phone number is 513-370-4968. Alicio is down to interview anybody with a testimony, so get with it or get lost, get right or get left. Yeah.
FRIENDS, miss me with them indirect boxes on the internet. I passed don't never intersect. How you in the click, but you don't know me at all. All your shots get intercepted, so don't throw me the ball.
Hustle. You have to hustle, put in the hard work. There's no excuses on the road to success. Even when you feel defeated, you gotta keep going. Pray. You have to pray for everything that you want and everything that you're thankful for. When it's not going the way that you want, you still gotta trust the process. Eat. After the hard work, it's time to celebrate and fellowship with the ones who believed in you. And if they didn't believe you, let's turn them into believers. Hustle, pray, eat. It's the brand that motivates.
Got him! Got him!
Okay, I'm reloaded.
We back. Man, listen, we back, man. Glory to God that we back again, man. I definitely want to say, man, shout out to the chat, man. There's been people rocking with us before the show even started, so shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. You know, this platform, in my opinion, is so dope, man, because it allows us to bring children of God to the forefront in a world where, you know, so much things are going on that wants to take your attention away from what God is doing, right? You know, there was a time where, you know, I believe it was Isaiah, you know, had a vision, went into the heavens and all that, and seen the angels saying, "Holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. The whole earth is filled with His glory." And instantly, he felt like he was a man of unclean lips, you know. And what I get from the story is that, you know, heaven is saying one thing, the world is saying another, you know. So for us to shine light on each other, man, in my opinion, I like to say that we in agreement with God. You heard? So that's why this platform is super dope. Alicio, man, what's up with you, boy? What's going on?
Hey, man, we back like we never left, man. How you feeling, Meezy?
I'm good. I can't complain, man. I'm definitely honored to have Quese on the show with us today. I've been hearing a lot about him. You know, to finally have him on the show is super dope, man. So shout out to him. Quese, what's up, man? What's going on with you, boy? How's your week been?
Man, been good, bro. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. Been real excited about this one, man, for sure. I've been doing good, though.
Yeah, that's what's up. So definitely want to say, you know, for the people in the chat, and I know we don't say this all the time, but, you know, any one of us is available if you need to tap in with us personally. Come check us on Facebook, whatever you need somebody to just kick it with. Maybe God is showing you some things, or maybe you're going through some things, whatever the case may be. Ministry don't stop here on the show, man. It's a lifestyle. It's not an event that we show up to. So, but yeah, man. So let's get into the show. First and foremost, let me put the info at the bottom of the screen.
So for those who don't know, Quese is a rapper and he has some talented vocals as well. So you guys are definitely in for a treat tonight. We have one exclusive song that he made with his parents. So shout out to the Definitely gonna be a lit uation tonight. So you guys, if you have never heard of Quese and where he's from, we're gonna dive in with all his music and music videos as well. Shout out to Wonder Bread Ministries. I literally just met this guy. I met him at the KB concert, but I actually just met him at the soccer game.
Shout out to Wonder Bread Ministries.
So definitely, you guys, if you see him pop up, just say hello and subscribe to his channel. He got more content coming. He is an assistant pastor here in the Cincinnati area. So we all want to show not only Quese some love tonight, but also show the chat some love. So subscribe and follow all that other good stuff.
Word. And that's what we hear, man. I don't know if you noticed the song we played, which we definitely need a video for that Kingdom Supporter track. You know what I mean? Super dope song. But the meat of the song is talking about being a supporter, being somebody who's there, uplifting somebody else. And that's really what the Bible tells us to do. We're called to esteem each other greater than ourselves, and we talked about this before, but the word is clear, man. Jesus washed his disciples' feet. There's a place of servitude, man, that there's a lot of glory there. So shout out to you, you know what I mean, Lisho. Definitely appreciate that song. I want to encourage others, share the live, man. Be a Kingdom supporter, support everything Kingdom. We might not always be in 100% agreement as far as doctrines go, but we definitely in 100% agreement as far as Jesus goes, right?
Jesus is King, man. Anyway, man, I'm ready to get into the music, man. What we got first on the list, or should we ask Quese?
Yeah. Let's first. I want Quese. Let the people know who you are, where you from. You know what I mean, and a little bit about yourself so that we can connect the music.
For sure, man. So yeah, my name is Quese. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Shout out to GR. Yes, sir. I am a worship director, not only at one church, but two churches now. But my main church is the Edge Hip Hop Urban Church, man, right here in Grand Rapids. I'm the worship director there. I get the lead there. I get the pastor there. As it relates to the music, man. So it's been pretty dope. But yeah, I've been doing music, Christian music specifically, for about 10 years, man. I've done music for about 15 altogether. Been in the game for a minute, man. Just been able to do a lot of events and travel and meet a lot of people, man, within the music. But yeah, the Edge is a dope place. My homie Stephen Malcolm, I think y'all had Percy Peasy on the other week. He's a homie. We all do worship together at the Edge. So yeah, that's me, man. I'm married, got kids, family dude, work hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm worship the King, man. So yes, sir.
So what was it about music for you, you know what I mean, that made you want to incorporate that? Because it seems like you do a lot of things, but why music at all?
Yeah, man. So I grew up, man, my mom's a choir director.
Okay. Can't hear you. You muted out.
I don't know what happened.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You got me? Okay. Yeah, I was kind of forced to sing when I was younger, man. My mom, like, she OG, so you gonna sing.
Wow.
You gonna sing.
Talk about training a child up in the way they should go.
So yeah. I grew up in the church, man. My mom was a choir director. Man, she used to have these 10-inch heels, directing with the robe on, sweating, all that. She went in, man. So that was the kind of like the initiation for me to go into music, man. But it took me a while to really get going with that once I became grown, because, Mug singing for God was kind of whack. you know, when you get right out of high school, man. So, but yeah, that was the initial thing that got me into music, though.
So being that your mom's was like into the choir and all that, and you say you had what, like 15 years doing music?
Yeah, like for real, yeah.
10 doing like, you know, for the Lord, or has there been 15 for the Lord?
No, 10 for the Lord, and I did 5. I used to do tours and do clubs and stuff, man. So, yep.
How Mom Dukes felt about that when you was doing it, you know what I mean?
Man, bro, it was
All
rough.
that forcing you to sing, she must have been like, why did I force him to sing? Look at what he's doing with it. He's burying his talent.
Bro, yeah, so I man, you know, once I graduated high school, man, I went the wrong way. Became an alcoholic, travel, party, girls, performing at clubs, did some shows with some bigger names back in the day, like Twista, Paul Wall. You know, so it's pretty. It was
in the
dope.
industry.
Yeah, I was doing it, man.
He was in the industry, not in the streets with it.
There you go. There you go.
I'm bugging.
Bars. Yeah, bro. So, you know, I was doing that, man. It just became a lifestyle. It had nothing. At some point, it had nothing to do with the music. It was just a lifestyle. Like I was like, okay, we making music just to make music. But the real reason we was doing that is to be like everybody else, to have the girls, being able to party, do all this stuff. And my parents hated my mom, man. She was on me, bro. And I was like, this is me. This is what I want to do. And it was a rebellious spirit, man. You know, dad's a pastor. You know, I grew up, you know, I grew up in a good place, man, a good home. But I chose the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be with everybody else, man. So, but yeah, that's how I started. I was in the clubs. I was doing the party scene, alcoholic, drinking, girls, all that, man. And I came to a dead end though at some point, and I had to. God forced me to change my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, man, we definitely gonna get a little more into that story, but for now, we gonna spin this joint, and it's called No Regret.
Yes, sir.
And when we come back, you break this down and all that, you know.
So
for sure.
before we jump into the track, this is I just want to let everybody know that this is Edify's song.
Yeah.
It's featuring Quese and the homie Jay Violet. It is on all digital platforms, and Jay Meezy gonna do y'all a favor tonight. He gonna spin it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go and get
it, man. And again, man, information is at the bottom of the screen. Go show that love and support. Go like, subscribe, whatever, you know what I mean? And if God put it on your heart, go sow into them as well. We know it takes physical keys to open up physical doors. And, you know, people got bills to pay, kids to feed, you know, and just to do ministry, man, it's going to cost you gas. It's going to cost you car repairs, all that, you know what I mean? So we not flying on clouds over here. So if God put it on your heart, cool. But if not, just go like, go share something, you know, and go show that support. Be a kingdom supporter, you heard?
Okay, I'm reloaded. Don't like to be out in public, but I live for deep conversations, waiting to love people like I used to. But they find a way to betray me, angry at all the things that I haven't done. Must subconsciously hate myself.
We on
letting
YouTube
other
with
people
it
take
tonight,
the place
yeah?
of where I know I should have been. This bad mental health, so I trap myself in this prison cell. It's made up of my past regret and made up of all my failed tests. And this voice saying, don't try again, give it all the rest. Perfectionist since a little kid, read the syllabus but didn't follow script. I was trying so hard not to miss with the market. I picked the bench, putting up a fence. Sabotage, had an entourage of so-called friends. So I camouflage with this broke smile, kinda like a mask to keep hurt within. But that's messed up. Became a therapist to help the ones who've been misjudged, so they don't jump. This is real life, but they're acting like it's just fiction with no conviction. Used to give benedictions, but motives were hidden, so I hit them with venom and friction. Whatever they say and they do is conflicted. Spit on the truth they're depicted. Now it's hard to forgive as a Christian, blinded my vision. A lot of them quick to judge, hold a grudge, sending me out to my own crucifixion. No, I need fixing. My past coming back to find me. Joy and pain hit louder than a siren. Life support in the lamb and the lion. No cap, looking back, dreaming out I've tried it. No regret, flow with emotions.
Let's go.
No regret, embrace the pain, living the dream, yeah. No regret, I am restored holistically. No regret, optimism prime, I'm on my prime, yeah. Looked at the man in the mirror, he made an appearance. I had to quit fearing and made up my mind that I'd keep persevering. Reminded myself that I take it too serious. Time to go eat like a school cafeteria. Aim for the moon, but I'm headed to Sirius. While they get too comfy, I'm gaining experience. Yeah, they've been sleeping, they must be delirious. No yellow hat, but I know you've been curious. Thoughts get to roaming, but I'm not Tiberius. I'm on a mission, I'm moving imperial. Work on myself and ignore the exterior. I'm just a human, I'm nothing superior. But I got bars that'll keep up the barrier. Afraid of success, but the failure is scary. So I work like a dog. No, I'm not talking terrier, burial. I may talk on nicely, but I work by like Mikey. Finna look around like sightseeing, always anchored up like Nike. Like lean, never water down like Pisces. Walk around town like who's he? S-H-E-E-P, this a new me. G-O-A-T, never gonna be me. Only one king that does everything like. If you heard about me, yeah, you been fooled. Lot of talk go around, they all cool. They can speak on my name, yeah, bad wolf. They can talk all they want, yeah, I won't lose. Got on my side, yeah, I got tools. Holy water's my plug, yeah, I got pools. Enemy trying to fight with my spirit, they can say who they want, cause you know I won't fit. My past coming back to find me. Joy and pain hit louder than a siren.
Okay.
Support in the land.
Shout out to Quese, you heard?
No cap, looking back, screaming out. Flow with emotions, I got the potion, yeah. No regret. Embrace the pain, living the dream, yeah. No regret. I am restored holistically. Joy prime, optimist prime, I'm on my prime, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Told y'all he do a little singing, then I came
man,
through,
man.
man.
You definitely nice with it, man. You definitely nice with the singing, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
So how did that connection come about between you and Edify?
Man, Edify the homie, man. So so when I came up here to the Edge about 5 years ago, he was a part of that community already, and I just noticed what he was doing. He's consistent with his music. He drops. He works in the studio. He knows how to mix and master and all that. So that's how him and I connected, man. And I think the first song that we've done together was Step Out, which is a song that we're going to play tonight. But yeah, bro, he just was in the community that I, jumped into when I came to Grand Rapids, man. But he's super dope, super good dude, humble. Love him, man. He's a good guy. So, yes, sir.
So composing music for you, what does the process look like? Like, what's the inspiration like?
Yeah, for me, man, I always get the tracks first. You know what I'm saying? I get the tracks. The tracks kind of speak to me like, okay, if it sounds like more of a trap sound, obviously it's going to be more of a hardcore sound with it. But as far as lyrics go, I let the track speak to me, man. And like for that song, I wrote the chorus on that, and he wanted it to be about having no regrets in life. And when I heard the beat, I just got that melody, man. And I always go off the melody I hear when I first hear the song. And then I just kind of let the beat speak to me, man. But I always get in the word. I pray, seek God, make sure that what I'm saying lines up with what God wants me to say, what the scriptures say. Because a lot of times, man, we can, I can just write something that's super dope. And then it'll be something that has nothing to do with God. It's not encouraging to somebody, man. So I always make sure I funnel it through, the word of God, man, in prayer. So,
Do you have like a preference of style or genre of music? Because I know that you sing, but you rap as well, right?
Yeah, bro. That's funny you asked that, man. It's tough because I do everything, bro. Man, bro, I sing. I lead worship singing at one church. I come to another church. I'm spitting. I write for people. I think my preference is trap soul, which would be like a it's kind of mixed between a 1K Few and Molly Music. If you know those artists, man, it has that hard hitting sound like a 1K, but then it has that singing vibe with it, like a Molly. Because Molly has an edgy sound, with his voice and stuff. It sounds really dope, but it's very soulful. But then 1K, I like the way he raps. Because his stuff isn't like just straight up just bars. He has more of a singing edge to it while spitting the bars. So that's kind of me. You put those two together.
He definitely has a swag too with the pronunciation of his words, because he does have an accent, and I think he plays real good with that accent.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I kind of mix them two together, man, like a trap soul, bro. Yep.
So, given that you know you on the worship team, Mom Dukes, and all of that, like, do you ever see yourself doing a complete worship album where you just no rapping, it's just you singing?
Yeah, man, it's been a thought. It's been a thought. My Pastor Troy, man, PE, he's kind of pushing me to do that. He's like, man, you need to get out here and do R&B singing worship joint. Um, so I'm actually in the works, man, working on some stuff right now, bro. Um, I like doing the mix, the hip hop with the singing, man. But he like, you need to do one that's mostly R&B sound and like a contemporary joint mixed together, kind of like a Mavs City type joint.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely been in the thought, bro. That's good you asked me, bro, because I need to get that done, man.
So, being that you've already been in the industry, you know, even before you was a Christian and all that, now that you a Christian artist, what are some things you would probably offer somebody coming into the game and just to help them along the way? Because, you
Yeah,
know, some things could be very deceiving in the front.
facts. So as a Christian artist, so even as a secular artist, bro, like it's a grind. Like I know people that are not that great of artists or rappers, singers or anything, but they make it because they grind hard. And then I know people that's a great singer, great writer, great rapper who won't make it. And by make it, I mean like actually get signed by a label. Um, Consistency, you know, if you coming in this thinking it's gonna be easy just jump in the game, it's consistency, hard work, man. And you better you better have the pockets for it too, especially if you don't get signed. It takes some bread, man, to put videos out consistently, record at a high level. Um, so yeah, don't think it's a cakewalk if you're coming into it. And then also the last thing, well, first thing really, make sure you're doing Christian rap for the right reasons. You know, don't get into it just trying to be a dope rapper. Like, yeah, that's part of it, but the main thing is Jesus, man. Like, you're trying to help people through your art to get to Jesus, and that's really what it's all about, man. So hard work, Jesus, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a fire answer. What's up,
So,
Nisha?
so Quise, with you being, you know, a singer, vocalist, and a rapper,
Hmm.
uh, what do you what do you think is missing in just music, period, in the music scene, whether if it's R&B, whether if it's CHH, what do you think is missing?
I think
Somebody said drill gospel coming soon.
drill. Okay, okay,
Yo, we gonna run drills on Satan, man. That's how we moving on. We gonna
yeah,
expose all the devices of Satan.
fact. I think, man, I think we need more in CHH anyway. I think we need more female rappers. Um, I think there's only a few of them, man. And I think that'll be a good start. And we do need I think we need more R&B sound too, for CHH anyway. But yeah, I think we need more female hip hop rappers, man, because um, you know, I think in the secular side, you know, we got a few of them, but CHH, I could think of two, three that signed artists. So yeah, I think that would be the
So when you
top thing for
mention
me.
R&B, what do you think is the state of R&B in total? Like, cause I think like coming up, man, R&B was way different from the way that we view
Yeah,
R&B today. So I'm assuming that that part of R&B is missing today. It's not like the
facts.
forefront. Everything is like R&B hip hop. You know what I mean? So when you talking about R&B, where do you see the state of R&B right now in total as a whole?
Yeah, I would think even like because I love Chris Brown, man. Just being honest, like
Yeah, shout out to
he's a
Chris
beast.
Brown.
Yeah, yeah, Chris Brown's a beast, man. I think like somebody that's still relevant that's been in the game for a minute, I would just off top think of is Usher. Um, he never really like auto
Yeah,
tune
he
was
got it
never a
bad.
thing for him. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say?
Got it, man.
I say, yeah, he got it bad. He got R&B bad. Like he's an
Facts.
R&B cat.
Yeah, man. And he, you know, he don't use everybody use auto tune now. You know what I'm saying? That's the sound. So you can almost be like you said, you can almost be a straight up rapper, but you throw some tune on there, you doing an R&B love song. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
sing. But Usher, I think he's always stuck to that principle. Like Matter of fact, I heard he came at T-Pain about some stuff, man. Back in the day, they kind of made T-Pain slow down for a minute, but T-Pain coming back, he's a beast.
I think T-Pain even said it himself, talking about the auto tune. He was like, Usher was somebody that he looked up to, and when he went to him, he wasn't received basically with open arms and all that.
Facts. So I think Usher would be like one of the dudes that's still relevant, still killing it. Been doing it for over 20+ years. Never compromised his sound. So yeah, he's definitely the top on that for sure.
What would you say you would relate R&B gospel like what would you relate it to right now?
R&B gospel.
Or gospel R&B.
Yeah, man.
Which one sounds better?
You just saying like artists that I would,
because I think sometimes you can hear R&B song and just think of worship gospel, right? Like that's what people would think, but I think there's a difference because when you hear R&B in the world, it wasn't just like a slow song, you know what I mean? It was it had a different vibe to it. So like, what would be the R&B gospel version of that?
That's tough, bro, because I really, nobody really doing it like that. To be honest, man, I think on the gospel side, I can't really think of nobody that's doing it like how Usher does it. Like I said, I love Mali music, man, but he's in that vein of being more contemporary gospel, less hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, but he would be a prime example for me. But then you have, you got, like I said, 1K Few, who, if you listen to 1K Few, you would think like, oh, he's a singer. He actually can sing. Because I did a show with him down in Florida. This dude can sing, like for real. I was like, he actually sound like the album. He just throw tune on it. So I think it's so, the lines are so crossed now. Everybody's doing that singing tune sound. It's like, okay, what is R&B? So yeah,
you're right, man. I feel the same exact way because it's easy to blend those lines these days because like you said, everybody got access to sing now, but I don't know. What's up, Lisa? What do you think?
I don't know. Just like you were asking, like who would fit that, who would fit that bill nowadays? And I listen to a lot of music every day.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anybody that would fit that, that criteria, that category of gospel R&B. I know a lot of people are using, auto tune now, to like make themselves sound like a singer. And like some people that I know, they just stick to rapping. So I don't know who will fit the bill now, whether if it's, on God Over Money, Reach Records, independent labels, whoever. I just can't think of anybody right now.
It's one person. It's one person that could kind of, I think her name is Corinne Hawthorne.
Corinne Hawthorne, yes.
So she's more of, I know she's more of gospel, but it's not like a traditional, you know what I'm saying? I think she kind of crossed the line a little bit to the R&B side. But it's still not like a straight up.
I don't know. So I was thinking like, what's up with Ariana Marie? We just had her on the show, right?
So Ariana, she does not do R&B. She does strictly gospel.
Like gospel, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Man.
So the lines, man.
People watching, man, take notes, man. If you know how to hit that vein, how to get in that pocket, you know what I mean? There's room for you, and it's an open field right now, yeah.
Facts.
What's up, Lisa, man?
I will say this. She hasn't put out, a ton of music, but my friend Tavy So Wavy from Florida, she does gospel R&B. She's a phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tavy. Shout out to Tavy So Wavy. Follow her on Instagram, by the way.
Tavy So Wavy, baby.
OG though. OG that I really looked up to when I first came in the game was Canton Jones. He was kind of, to me, he was like the GOAT at the R&B mixing it with the hip hop. He had that vein. He still do. He's super dope too, man. Yep.
Fire. So what's up, man? What's the next joint we getting into right now?
So the next joint is only right that we get into the exclusive joint. We're talking about, hip hop and R&B, and Quese has this sound that I have never heard on any other track that he has done in the past. This Grace track, Tell us a little bit about Grace and who's on a single with you.
Yeah, man. So this song, I'm just waiting on my video to get back, and I'm gonna release it. But we shot a dope video. I wrote this song for me and my parents, man. They getting older, and I was like, man, it'd be super dope to have a song. My mom always sang her whole life, and like I said, she's a choir director, and she's always wanted to get in the studio. So this is her first time ever in the studio. My pops is a preacher.
Shout out to moms getting in the studio, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, so it was super dope, man. My pops did a little sermonette at the end, I told him, I was like, chill out, man. We ain't doing a 15-minute sermon.
Yeah.
So I had to cut him off.
It ain't no fun if the family can't get none. Yeah, we need to get up in here.
You got an old school pastor. Just 2 more minutes and be like 20 minutes later.
Just 13 more seconds. We're gonna be out here.
Hey, yo, you wildin', son. You wildin'.
Man. So this song is about just my life, man. My testimony is in it. You listen to the words, man. A little bit of my mom's I wrote her verse, but I know her testimony. So yeah, man, it's about our life, a little bit of family. When the video drops, it'll kind of bring the song to life too. But yeah, man, it's a song about our life, man. It brings you into our world a little bit.
Word, man. Shout out to moms. That's biblical too, man, to honor our father and our mother. First commandment that comes with a promise. So shout out to you for just bringing Mom Dukes in. But yeah, man, let's get into this joint. You already know what time it is. It's called Grace featuring Mom Dukes. You know what I mean? Let's go, man.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go.
Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't understand what grace meant. I didn't understand
let's go.
my purpose and why I was here.
Shout out to Quese.
My parents always told me to have grace
Shout
for
out to
people
Mom
because
Dukes.
God has grace for you. He's forgiven you. I didn't understand it, man. But I get it now. Cause if I didn't have grace for people, I wouldn't be here today. If I didn't have forgiveness in my heart, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Let's worship together on this one. Here's a little bit of my testimony.
Landed in the 80s, I'm an OG. A wonderful life lying right before me. Mom and Pop smiling down, they like what they see. The last born of 4, precious ain't it? But something wasn't how they planned. Living water felt like sand. How could this be? He only had one hand. Okay, it's the will of the will in a will. He is breathing fine.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Headed to school, the kids were savage. Got smoke, did some damage. Overachiever, he can mask it. 9 years old, thought it was over. Diagnosed with diabetes, taking shots like Shakur. Suicidal thoughts, confidence scale at 0. Basketball and God were my hero. Girl, you got one hand, but you can't hold me, though. Real tears flowing down every night.
Let's go.
What's the reason?
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh, glory to God. He forgave me. My mind has healing. His love is everything. He gave it to me. I believe the chains are released. He set me free. His grace is everything. I'm not worthy, but my God is there for me.
God is always there for us, you heard?
I've been this for a while. His love and power has rescued me.
Took me out the dark.
Started in normal beginnings. My friends were few to none.
Glory to
Gave
God.
me a family, hey, a husband, daughter, and 3 sons. Yeah, never would I thought I could lead music or even talk. So many surgeries and downfalls. It's a blessing that I can't
Thank
walk.
you, Jesus.
No matter what you go through, the Spirit can comfort your pain. I pray for my family every day.
Bless my family, Lord.
Sufficient
Thank you, Jesus.
is in the rain. I pondered the darkness almost took breathing away. Had that knife in my hand, but I listened to life and the truth in a way. I believe what he say. Persecution, yeah, we going through it. That's the key, ayy. Keep going through it. Spit that life talk. Gotta speak it fluent now. Mom and Pops always told me to do it. I don't want to be ruined. His grace is insurance. Time for renewal. Love of my foes. Got me to blooming. There's hope for all of us. The healing is supplied. Cause we all
Thank you, Jesus, for your grace. Thank you, Lord, that you healed me, Lord.
All glory to God.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Salvation. God. God.
Yeah, when I was
I had
younger,
to bring this back.
I didn't understand what
I
grace
had to
meant.
bring this
I didn't
back.
understand my purpose
This make
and
me feel
why I
so
was
good,
here.
man. This is food for the soul, you
My
heard?
parents always told me to have grace
Shout out to
for
moms
people
on this
because
track,
God
though.
has
You heard
grace
the
for
family
you. He's
union.
forgiving you. I didn't understand it, man. But I get it now.
Thank you, God, for your
If
grace.
I didn't have grace for people, I
Thank
wouldn't
you,
be here
Jesus.
today. If I didn't have forgiveness in my heart, I wouldn't be here today.
All glory
Thank you,
to
Mom and
God.
Dad.
We only do this
Let's
for the
worship
king, you
together
know
on
what
this.
I'm saying?
The gospel is good news. Taste and see that the Lord is good.
My testimony.
Thank you, Lord, for your grace.
Landing in the 80s, I'm an OG. A wonderful life lying right before me. Mom and Pop smiling down, they like what they see. The last born of four, precious ain't it? But something wasn't how they planned. Living water felt like sand. How could this be? He only had one hand. Okay, it's the will of the will in a will. He is breathing fine, that smile is a thrill. Headed to school, the kids were savage. That smoke did some damage. Overachiever, he can mask it. 9 years old, thought it was over. Diagnosed with diabetes, taking shots like Shakur. Suicidal thoughts, confidence scale at 0. Basketball and God were my hero. Lord, you got one hand, but you can't hold me though. Real tears flowing down every night. Why me, Lord? What's the reason?
I just want you to know we blocked on YouTube. I mean, we blocked on Facebook. Come check us on YouTube.
My mind has healing. His love is everything. He gave it to me. I believe the chains are released.
Again, for the people tapping in, let your people know Facebook blocked us.
I'm not worthy, but my God is there for me. I've been fighting sickness for a while. His love and power has rescued me. Started in normal beginnings. My friends were future now. He gave me a family. Hey, a husband, daughter, and 3 sons. Yeah, never would I thought music or even talk. So many surgeries and downfalls. It's a blessing that I can walk. No matter what you go through.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Grace
Man,
and
it's one of them
understanding
feel-good
of
joints.
Grace is not getting punished, but also receiving a reward. Salvation. God set us free. Grace, 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 and more grace. Paul said it, my grace is sufficient for you.
That right there was fire, man. That right there was fire, man. I had to bring that back because I think that, a lot of times, we don't expect a rapper to do a song like that. You know what I mean? That's one of them joints that, it's just worship for God, towards God from our heart. I always say that music is a representation of what's inside of our hearts. A lot of times, it's what we agree with in the world, and we write about that, being that we're artists. For the people that's tapped in, I want you to know we blocked on Facebook. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're probably going to unblock us after. But if you know somebody who's trying to watch us on Facebook, just let them know we live on YouTube. YouTube ain't blocked us. We good to go there. You know what I mean? So.
And if you are looking for the YouTube channel, it's either the GodSon podcast or the GodSon listening party. So definitely tap in with us. We are live. We are here. We are direct. Definitely tap in tonight. The homie Quese is here. Got a bunch of music and more videos to play as well.
Victory Squad for Jesus says, this got me in my thoughts deep. Wow.
Wow.
When you writing music from your heart, do you feel the same kind of way? Like when you being moved, are you deep in your thoughts? Do you feel like, wow, God, like I gotta write about this?
Man, bro. That's really the best. That's when you get the best music, man. To be honest, when you're not just pulling something from your hip, when you actually thinking about something you're going through. And what I'm noticing too, like the more stuff you go through, the more you got to write about. You know what I'm saying? So the more stuff that God has helped you through, you have more to write about. So yeah, man. I encourage, everybody that's been through something, man, that's going through something. If you're an artist, man, write about it. Write it down. That'll be the best music you ever made, man, for sure.
Facts. So I always say, that music for me has always been like a journal, something that, allows me to express myself, right? Like some people go seek counseling. I've always been one of those kids that would probably go into the corner with a notebook and just write rhymes about what I'm experiencing. And so for me, it was just another outlet for me, you know what I mean? And I think, now when I do music, being that I'm in Christ, a lot of times God moves you in a certain kind of way. I be sitting, because I don't know if you're familiar, but I'm in a wheelchair. I've been in a wheelchair for the last 9 years, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So being in this place, one can easily think that there'll be depression, there'll be insecurities, but I testify that there's not. God stepped into my life, and the only thing I'll be going through is that I look back at my life and the things that I've been through, even in the situation I'm in now, and I can feel God there with me. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I can feel His grace. And I don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know why He would show up to a hospital room, and be mindful of me. I don't know why. You know what I mean? But I know that through His grace, He must love me. Like He must look at me and say, I know you 100% wrong, and I don't care. I'm still gonna give my life for you, right? Right. And for me, it brings me to that place. So music, I always try to represent that in my music, but even in hearing this song, that's why I played it back, because I'm feeling like we need to be mindful of God's grace, because we can easily fall into the trap of thinking that, it's by our works, it's by what we do.
Or that we got it all together, or, we got these friendships, we got the girls, whatever, cars.
Facts.
Yeah, we can all get trapped inside of that. We got our family. We all get trapped inside of a thought, but we're only here by God's grace. And whether you are a believer or not, God still wakes you up every morning,
every day,
because of His grace and His mercy.
You breathe air because God cares. You heard?
Yeah, bro.
Bars.
Okay.
What a pen at?
Yeah, you gotta write that down. Yeah, you breathe in because God cares. But that
my next song, man. You breathe in because God cares.
Go ahead, son. I ain't mad at you. It's the truth, man. You heard? So,
Facts,
man, but imagine, right? Like we say that, and it sounds dope for a bar. But imagine if a person lived their life according to that truth.
Yeah.
You know, every single day you wake up and you come out of your sleep, your dream, whether it be a good one or a bad one. But the minute you come out of that dream or that sleep, you expect to take a breath of air, right? Like
Facts.
you're gonna breathe. And we expect it so much that sometimes we overlook it. Just like me being in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah, man.
For a long time, I was out here on my feet and I was living recklessly, you know, taking chances with my life, not realizing the importance or like how important it is for somebody to just say, you know what, where we going on the trip? All right, give me a minute. Let me go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back out. I can't say that.
Man.
If I go use the bathroom, it's going to take me about a whole day, really. You know what I mean? Like 12. Sometimes I've been in there even 24 hours, right? Just because I don't take medications. I'm like literally trying to connect my mind. But these are things that I got to deal with. And to think that there was a point in my time where I took that for granted. You know what I mean? Just like we take breathing air for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but, you know, again, man, and this goes back to grace. Like by God's grace, I've been saved. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Not by my works, but by him. Like it's a free gift of God. Right?
Yeah.
I believe that's Ephesians chapter 2. So I just want to encourage anybody who's watching, anybody who's listening, man, like embrace the grace of God, man. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Don't try to justify yourself because the minute you do that, that's gonna be the lens you see everybody else through.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and it's gonna be a lens that's dim because he says you know in part, so you prophesy in part. For now we see in part, but then we'll see fully. Like, and even Paul says, "What I will be, I do not know, but I press on to that with the hope."
Yeah, man.
Right. So understand that, man. Like I get it, man. You can look at yourself and say, "Man, I messed up today. Man, I should have not said that today." But God already chose to have grace for you before you
Amen.
ever loved him. Right.
Amen.
That's a fact.
That's it, man. And, you know, the reason I wrote another part of that, you probably heard some of the testimony. I was born with one hand, man, and it's man, life was hard, bro. And as I said, man, you know, I wanted to commit suicide at 12 and all this stuff, believing the stuff. I mean, it was like a war zone going to school for me. Like every day, I knew the kids gonna be talking about me. You ugly, you this, you ain't supposed to be here, you different. You know, just hearing, you know, kids do. But it got rough, man, and I just wanted to be done with it. I became a diabetic at 9, and it was tough. I'm like, man, I gotta take shots. I got one hand. Like it was rough, man.
That's
But
crazy.
you know, after my parents encouraged me, man. Like I said, I played, ball and stuff, and just got my self-esteem, and God just been blessing me, man. Been able to have a family now and got kids and everything. So if I had kept believing the lies that I was hearing, I wouldn't be here, bro. So yeah, man.
That right there, that's what I be trying to tell people, man. You know, I could have easily, continue to believe the lie, and then I would have been caught in depression right now because part of the lie that I believed was that I was my own God. You know, I come from a background of being a 5%er. You know, so part of that logic was that I was God. You know what I mean? So when I woke up out of a coma and realized that half my body wasn't working, that meant that I couldn't do what I used to do before. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not talking about hustling and all that because I could have easily just had somebody else doing the work for me. But what I'm talking about is enforcing my own will, relying on my own self to get myself through life. I didn't have that answer no more, and I had to turn to God, and people don't understand that. Like, my peace and my strength comes in trusting God. It doesn't come from me figuring it out. You being that you got this background, having one arm, give me like one pointer that you can give somebody right now that might be going through something. Like me, I wasn't always in the wheelchair. Then I get into this wheelchair and I gotta adapt. What's one pointer you would give somebody?
Yeah, man. You gotta remember, especially if you are a Christian, even if you're not a Christian, man, like just know that God created you that way. That's what I had to realize. You're not an accident. God made you. Even the stuff that might have happened to you that caused different things in your life to happen, wheelchair, maybe, your leg got cut off or whatever. God is still the same. He loves you. He put that thing in your life to help better you, to help you be an example to other people, man. And that's how I live, man. I know I have one hand. Life gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard. I ain't gonna be able to do everything that I see other people's do, but I know that God is with me, and through Him, man, I can do exceedingly abundantly above I could even ask a thing. So I just, just gravitate to that, knowing that He's working through you. God is with you, man. He loves you. He made you. You're not an accident. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're going through or whatever you have in your life, He can use that stuff to be a footstool and to propel you to a different thing. So
what's even crazy too is just be mindful, man. You know, the world is talking and God is also talking. He's saying things about you as well. You know, be mindful of what you believe, you know, what you receive, what you allow yourself to digest. You know what I mean? I would encourage everybody, man, just pay attention to what God says about you. He created you. He designed you. He knows the purpose for why you are the way that you are. The world doesn't understand, so the world is going to try to fit you in a box. And when you don't fit there, you're going to be pushed to the side. You know what I mean? And if you believe that, that's just going to produce more depression, more anxiety, more insecurity. All those things are going to come from there. So just be mindful of what you listen to.
Yes, sir.
So we've played 2 songs. I think it's time for us to jump into some of your videos. So we got the Step Out video. We got the Till On Board video. We got the We Are Winning video. Man.
Feeling kind of saucy, man. I feel like we should sauce it up a little bit.
What video you really want to see tonight, bro?
It don't matter to me, man. What you want, cuzzo?
Let's do We All Winning, man. I think that was kind of like the birth of who I am now as it relates to music. So yeah, let's rock with that joint.
Let's rock with that. You already know, man, we all winning. Yo, I can't stress this enough, man, to take physical keys to open physical doors. Cousin ain't tell us to put his Cash App there. We doing this anyway, though. You know what I mean? We understand what it means, you know, to come alongside people, you know, and just help them get to where they need to get at. Sometimes it look like money. Sometimes it look like a shoulder to cry on. You know what I mean? Right now, we just going to focus on, you know, what it takes for him to preach this gospel through his music. So money has just happened to be part of it. So let's get into this right here because you already know.
And if you don't have Cash App, but you guys know it's hoodie season. If you live anywhere on the East Coast or wherever, he has the Unity Starts With Me merch brand.
Because we need a commercial, man. We need a commercial for the brand.
I know,
man.
I got to. I'm gonna do one.
So you guys see the website at the bottom of the screen. Definitely tap in with him. He has plenty. And when I say plenty, I'm not over exaggerating it. He got plenty of products. He got joggers. He got sweatpants. He got t-shirts. He got hoodies.
Tap in.
And top quality. I know they top quality because I got 3 of them. So
Christmas season coming around. Why give Pharaoh your money when you can give it to God? You heard? Why sow into Pharaoh's kingdom when you can sow into God's kingdom, man? So go support the bro. Christmas season coming around. You know what I mean?
Definitely check out UnityStartsWithMe.com, you guys, man. You guys see it at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you tap in. We're going to go ahead and get into this track. We are winning because we are all winners because Jesus Christ is the example that we follow. And he was victorious at the end of the day. We're going to be victorious as well because we are all winners. This track features Peasy and Kiwi Morris. Man, pay attention, man. It's Quese, man.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go. Share it live.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
I'm sauced up in the mix, you see the drill.
Shout out to Quese. Go show that love, go show that support.
Yeah, we all winning. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning. Hey. I'm sauced up in the mix, you see the drill. All I do is love like this. Hit the shit off my bag, yeah, we all winning. We all winning. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning. We all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, not taking no L's. We all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's. said, ayy. Spirit flowing, living agua, ayy. Unified, got the venom on. Causing carnage, lady, gotta keep it strong, yeah. Strength in numbers, yeah, my time, plus my bill. He raised my crime, yeah. Why you hating on me? Guess that what it gon' be. I'ma let it shine, loving every time. Staying on the grind, struggling in my mind. Keep it with a fire, plugging in the vine. Do so like Anna, color of that pine. Up on that ladder, lifted to the sky, spreading the waves. We gotta ride.
All glory to God.
You see the drill, all I do is love like this.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Yeah, we all win, together in this thing, yeah, we all win.
Let's go!
I'm sauced up in the mix, you see the drill, all I do is love like this, Hit the shit off a bag, yeah, we all winning, together in this thing, yeah, we all winning, yeah, we all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, we all winning, yeah.
We all winning in Jesus. We already overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony.
To live life like this, so proud of my soul. To stay humble, let life unfold. Me who would've known the path that we chose. When it comes to life, gotta get it how it goes. Got my brothers that keep me on my toes. Keep the change, never ever pay the toll. Yeah. One time for my mama, she know we got off the mud with no sleep. Guys at the table, we gon' feed.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Really up the mission low key. IMGB, the whole team. Gon' keep the same energy.
Sauced up in the mix, you see the drill. All I do is love like this. Shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win.
Shout out to Quese, hustle, pray,
Sauced up in
eat.
the mix, you see the drill. All I do is love like this. Hit the shirt off my back, yeah, we all win.
All glory to God.
Together in this thing, yeah, we all win.
I know you're gonna dig this.
We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, we all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah.
It's been a long time. We still doing fine. Had to make a couple moves just to dot that line. Had to get it from the muscle. What you know about the struggle? Pots and pans in the drawer, and no food in the cupboard. This the winning season for us, baby. We can talk about a loss now. Still Christ when I go through. I can never put the cross down. I've been praying for my enemies, trying to point them to the heavenlies. Keep it up is what they telling me. I'm sauced up in the melody. Just kidding. Yeah.
Sauced up in the mix, you see the drill. All I do is love like this. Shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win. Sauced up in the mix, you see the drill. All I do is love like this.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Yeah, we all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win.
Yeah, we all winning, you heard? We all winning, man. That's not a lie. That's the truth, man. If
Yes,
you in
sir.
Christ,
Yes,
you
sir.
already won. The Bible says that you've already overcame, you know what I mean? By the word, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony, you know what I mean? So shout out to Jesus, man. You know what I mean? But look, before we get into this breakdown of this song and how this came about, I don't know, Leisha, what you think? Let's get into a commercial. Hold on, your mic is muted, cuzzo.
My bad. I thought I had unmuted it. My bad.
It's all right.
I'm still trying to get my keyboard to work, y'all. I can't comment. I can't write anything. I done restarted the phone 10 times. I don't know. I might got to call my provider. I don't know. Anyway, we got plenty of events coming up, you guys. We got Gigi. Well, first of all, we got J Meezy and Message Music tomorrow on the KS Radio Show at 8 o'clock. And then on Saturday, we got the homie, the very lovely, very anointed Miss Gigi gonna be here with us, talking about her and also what's happening on Saturday. If you guys are in Cincinnati, we are having the matinee we are going to be playing Loud Loud Crocodile for the kids, and that's going down at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. We got refreshments, we got juice and water, popcorn, candy, whatever you guys will get at the movie theater, we got it here. So definitely make your way out to New Beginnings Church of Living God of Avondale, 3494 Reading Road. If anybody needs the information, hit me up personally. You guys heard my information early in the show. If you guys need my number, inbox me. If you're already a follower and a supporter of me on almost streaming platforms, on social media, inbox me, DM me for that information, and hopefully we'll see you guys on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Loud, loud.
Yeah. Go show that support, man. You know, we out here doing things, you know what I'm saying? The body is out here definitely doing things. But before we get into this track and the breakdown, let's get into this commercial. Licio, man, what should we play? Who we got to give a shout out to right now?
RedeemCulture.com. Let's go.
I have a past. I've made mistakes. But even though I'm not perfect, I refuse to be defined by my failures. I'm proud of the changes that I made and the things that I've overcome. And if you knew what I had to go through in order to transform into the person that I am today, you wouldn't try to discard me. You would celebrate me. Besides, no one can cancel whom God has redeemed. What about you? Redeem Culture. It's not just a brand, it's a movement.
Got him! Got him!
Okay, I'm reloaded.
We back. Hey, yo, Licio, you know what I was just thinking, man? We got to definitely reach out to these brothers, man. We need merch. I could put it in the back just to promote it on a consistent basis. So reach out to Hustle, Pray, Eat, and reach out to Redeem Culture, you heard? Let's get them brothers, man, some promotion, man. We got to promote them in everything that we do. Jesus is King.
Not only that, but you guys, Quese's website is up. I think I have some of his product. I can maybe do a graphic or something. I know D Black got merch up. I'm a brand ambassador for a lot of brands.
Yeah.
So
we need that commercial, Quese. You heard?
I got
that commercial, man.
Got
you. You know what I mean? But yeah, so go ahead, man. Break down that last joint for us, man. How that came about.
Man, so we all winning, man. I recorded that. I dropped in 18. Man, it's been that long. It's crazy. But yeah, 2018, man. That joint was birthed out of, the brand Unity Stars with Me. I have a business called Unity Now Network, and what that business does is we put together events in the community to bring together racial healing, racial reconciliation within church and outside of church, man. So I do a lot of events downtown GR and stuff. But We All Winning is birthed out of that. I'm like, why don't we just come together? Because a lot of times there's so much division within the church itself. Like, why don't we come together and do church and life together, man? I feel like if we do that, we'll have more power to reach the lost. And that's what it was birthed out of, man. We all win together, man. So we just gotta have more love for each other, support each other. We all winning.
Word. Licio, give me an example of when you was winning. In Christ, of course. You heard?
So for those who don't know, for these past 2 years, Big Steve has put on this award show, Cincinnati Gospel Awards. And to have him, highlight me in the, the voice personality, radio personality category is definitely a win for me. So for these I've won radio personality and radio show of the year. So I'm definitely honored and glad. And
Yeah.
I was winning.
Yeah, man.
That's definitely a win right there. That's definitely a win, man.
For sure.
You know, for me, just to, mine might be a little more. For me, an example of when I felt like I was winning was when I was faced with a hard decision in life, and I was able to make a decision that I knew honored God more than it honored myself. You know, but the fact that I was able to make that decision, for me, I felt like I was like there was a progress going on in my life. Like when I chose to believe in Jesus, I wasn't just believing in the air. And the fact that I've reached this point, because mind you, I've been stabbed, I've been in jail, I've been this, that, and the third, and nothing was able to make me reconsider things, right? But the minute that Jesus steps into my life and I start saying Jesus did, my life began to change. And this was just an example to me that there was a progress going on in my life, and I felt like I was winning in Christ, yeah?
Another example, if I may share,
Go ahead.
when
Glory to God.
is I don't say this often, but like every other weekend I have Tristan, and sometimes I'm doing my show either at the church or at the house. And you guys have seen Tristan on camera previously, but for him to say, "Daddy, I want to have a radio show too," that's me winning.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, and that's even biblical, man, if we keeping it real, right? Because I remember when God had made a promise to Abraham, and Abraham didn't have a seed yet, you know what I mean? And he's like, yo, who's going to inherit? You know, so to feel like you're moving in something that honors God, and then God is going to raise up your children in the same type of thing, I don't think we could, that's not something we overlook, you heard? You know what I mean? We got to, God be that still small voice in the midst of the storm, right? Like, we know the story. He's not in the mountains breaking. He's not in the earthquakes. He's the still small voice. And a lot of times we can miss that, you know what I mean? So shout out to your kid wanting to take after you, man. Let that be confirmation, right?
Speaking of kids, you got a son who is now into photography, and he's a rapper as well.
Yeah,
shout out to your son, man.
Shout out to MJ because he has a song called Mosh.
What's his name? Hold on. What's your son's? Oh, so that's your son on the. Oh, say less.
Yeah, man.
Say less. Say less. I was wondering who that kid was. I'm like, yo, is this a little kid on
here? Yeah. So yeah, man. He's Marquise Jr. My full name is Marquise, so we call him MJ. Hey, he's a beast, man. He's 11 years old. When we recorded this, he was only 9 when we recorded it. So, you know, he's still, he's a beast, man. He's been with me, man, his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I've done concerts, being at the edge, being around hip hop his whole life. And he got
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for that. Making him a part of it, you heard?
Yeah, he definitely got it, man. So this is his first song. He's working on another one now. So are we playing it right now? We're gonna do it now?
No, we definitely gonna play that. But I just want to ask, like, you know, for you when you had your son, you know, given that you did come up, you know, saying that you had one arm, and you know the struggles you dealt with, and you know how harsh kids could be. Because I don't know if it's always the adults, but though adults could be harsh. But it's usually when you're in school, when you're dealing with kids, you know, what's some of the things that, you know, that you try to instill in your son now so that he wouldn't be one of those kids? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So yeah, we talk about bullying and stuff. That's another topic, man. Just bullying is lethal these days because you got the social media. Oh my goodness, this is over the top now, man. You got the social media stuff, man. People getting at you on Facebook, IG, and all that, Twitter. So that's one thing. But the things, man, that I always try to tell them is treat people like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, always think about that first. And then if you don't, you're going to get a whooping.
Not the whooping. Not the whooping. I'm trying to tell you, Alicia, right now, you could have pulled out the Puerto Rican slipper. You know what I mean? I got you, boy.
But no, man, MJ is a good kid, man. He despises bullying or people getting talked about and stuff. You know, I told him some stories that I went through, but he's like the total opposite. I don't have to worry too much about him, man. But I've always told him, because he'll come to me and be like, man, why this boy at school be talking about me low key. Now, as a dad, I'm not gonna let my son just get punked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
go find them.
You only gonna take it so far. Like, bro, you gonna have to stand up for yourself, because we all know if you don't do nothing, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So I told him, I said, hey, if the dude don't stop, you tell the teachers, and they don't do nothing.
And just to add on to what you said, man, I would go as far as to say standing up for what's right is not wrong.
Exactly.
Don't let the world lie to you. You heard? Standing up for what's right is not wrong, man. The world will tell you, how you should live according to the world, but standing up for what's right is not wrong. Go ahead, Cuzzle.
Oh, I thought you were saying something, Alicia. So yeah, that was pretty much it, man. I told him, like, it's, if they don't do anything, you have, hey, if somebody push you around, you got the right to hit them back. I don't condone violence or anything, but from my experience, man, sometimes you gotta lay hands, bro. I'm just being a buck.
Hey, man. I think a scripture, right? I think what's crazy, man, that it's sad that you would have to try to justify that, right? Because I think a scripture that gets taken out of context a lot is the turning the other cheek. A lot of times we read that and we think we're supposed to literally just turn the other cheek. If that was the case, Peter would have never had a knife on him. Facts. You know what I mean? So don't let that go over your head. Turning the other cheek means to be offended for the name of the Lord. To get slapped in those days was a form of offense. It's like a form of disrespect. You know what I mean? Exactly. And he's telling you, when they persecute you for my name's sake, turn the other cheek. Don't take it personal, because we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Yeah. And that's biblical, man. Go read your Bibles and you see what we're talking about, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I always instill that, like, hey, if you got to do something, you got to do something. One of my best friends, we got in a fight in 5th grade. Like, he kept talking, man. I'm like, look, man, you got to chill out. I messed around and body slammed him, punched him a few times. We became best friends for the rest of our life. So, you know how that goes.
It be like that, though. It be like that. You know what I mean? It be like that. So, I think some of the well, not some, but one of the good friends that I have today is somebody who gave me 2 black eyes when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. And but sometimes that's just another form of communication, right? Sometimes you gotta bang out. And it could be love. I never try to shoot him. He never tried to shoot me, or any of those things, stab, whatever. Yeah. It was simply, us being kids, and he just got the better of me that day. And that day, he taught me respect, man. He taught me how to have respect for people. Because at that time, I was super ignorant. You know what I mean? I would have said some of the most disrespectful things to people. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, I think today one of the things that parents struggle with is that to discipline your kid, you got to run the risk of possibly your kids being in DSS or or I don't know what they call it, Social Security, social parenting, or whatever they call it. But it's like almost like we can't discipline our children. They
get CPS, Child Protective.
Child Protective Services, right? So, and they almost make it in a way that we can't discipline our kids. There was a dude, right, that that was locked up, and one of the dopest things that he said was, I ain't learned how to respect my elders until I until I went to jail, and my cellie would have killed me over not sweeping the floor. You know what I mean? My cellie would have killed me over not flushing the toilet when I was done taking a leak. That's when I learned how to respect my elders. You know what I mean? And I learned the value of what it means to respect people, man. You know, because not everybody needs to fit in your box, and we need to learn how to treat others the way we want to be treated, man. Yep. I don't know, for those that don't know about jail, in jail, they got these toilets where you flush them and it sounds like an earthquake, you know what I mean? So sometimes you'll get into a problem with your cellie if you wake up at 3 a.m, take a leak, and then you flush the toilet, because now you're waking him up. You know what I mean? So these are things that help you be mindful and learn to take other people's privacy, personal space. And honestly, for me, it taught me how to be a man, if I'm being honest. You heard? It taught me how to be a man.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into this MJ track, man. I want y'all to pay attention, because this guy is very talented, and he gets it from his daddy, and of course, he gets it from Jesus. But we're going to go ahead and get into this MJ Mosh track featuring his dad, Quese.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
is it, bro?
Yo, man, MJ, it's
I
time.
need you to
It's
say
time
it
get bed,
live.
man. It's already 9 o'clock.
Go show that support, you heard?
We in the mosh, we in the mosh, hey, we in the mosh, we in the mosh, we in the mosh, we in the mosh,
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying?
Stage in the slide, bro. Lifting up the key, rapper Christ show. Lit on the mic with the kid flow. Chillin' with the squad, you already know. We in and out, kissing around, stuff like we shaking the ground. Spread the love, feel the buzz. Right head, you be shaking the flood. Now it's all leading the bus, man. That took me to work it out for just stay too late. That ladder come on here, turn me down, my serious goal.
All glory to
Crazy
God.
in this way, saying pass away. In the mosh mode, like every single day. If you hating on me, hating on God. Kill it in the crowd, yeah, we stay wild.
got nowhere to move, cause we piling in. Everywhere you turn, it's a dead end. Came in with my circle, I don't see my friends. Cross surface, stepping on my
I
kids.
know you're gonna dig this.
We in the mosh, 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 we in the mosh.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Eating up the flow, rider Jimmy Buckets. AC broke, body hurting, King James version. We on the highest stage, throwing alley-oop shot. To look, Quese, MJ, we moshing like a fool. Love my royalty, spitting the sickness, tobacco, no cancer, please. Running this race like I'm signed to Sean Kemp, I ain't got no rings. Hey, flow like the river of Jordan, that's a dig, cause it's stung like a bee. Hey, demolish it, cover together in unity, raging our fear community. We bumpin', we jumpin', we croppin', we stompin', we running and flipping and surfing now. Getting into it now, we never losing where your shoes at or they ruin now. H2O spraying, now what was you saying? Now you really drippin'. Lifting the king like a Simmons, they proud of that rocket, it's got me defeating, yeah.
Got nowhere to move, cause we piling in. Everywhere you turn, it's a dead end. Came in with my circle, I don't see my friends. Cross surface, stepping on my kids. We in the mosh, 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 we in the mosh.
You already know what time it is, man. Go share that love. Go show that love. Go show that support. You heard? yeah. I mean, let's go, man. That was fire. Hey, y'all, I love to see that, man. I definitely want to say, man, that I love to see that. You know, you just being there with your son, bro. Like, my son right now, he's in the middle of his testimony, you know what I mean? But he also does music, you know what I mean? And I was actually just mixing one of his records earlier today, and he's nice, you know what I mean? And he impresses me, so super dope to see you with your son. I could relate.
Yeah, bro.
That's a super fact, man.
Yeah, man.
What that feel like for you though, man? Being pops and you got your son following, you know, what you doing.
Man, bro, it's I'm just in awe, man. Like, and just the growth I seen in him. But man, just for him to want to do what I do, you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, man. Sometimes just be lost for words, just seeing him on the stage and actually proclaiming Christ. That's the biggest thing.
You be shedding that one tear coming out the eyes, like that one tear fall out.
That one tear be coming out, just looking like, But no, man, I be doing, you know, events and everything and concerts, and people know him, man. And it's the presence he has, man, so much energy. And just being, you know, the main thing is he wants to do it for God. And that's really dope because all the influence,
that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
And that right there,
man. Yeah.
That right there got to make you the most happiest dad in the world, man. And you get to see your son want to do things for the Lord, man.
Yeah,
man, that's my greatest prayer, man. Like, if I pray anything to God, man, is that I would get to see the day where my kids worship God from the heart. You know, like
Facts.
you know,
Yeah,
and man,
Yeah.
that almost makes one tear want to come out my eye. Yeah? I'm literally about to start crying, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah, he's amazing, man. Good, doing good in school and balancing everything. Like he just a joy to be around, man. Good dude, man. So
Do
yeah.
you find that to be a little struggle for him, where he wants to focus more with the music than school?
Nope. No, man.
That's dope.
Man, he's different breed, man. He is like he works hard at everything. Like schoolwork. Yeah, man.
Shout out to your son, man.
You know, like me, like I was a hooper. So, you know, hoop season come around, I'm getting all A's. You know what I'm saying? Then hoop season ends.
you gotta make sure you get to that game, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the one that missed the game. Man, come on, man.
But no, he works hard at everything, man. He's doing a great job, man. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's
Yep,
up.
yep.
That's what's up. I mean, you know, it gotta be very peaceful for you to know that your son is that way. You know, my heart goes out to parents that have to, you know, deal with the reality that their kids, you know, are making these bad decisions as much as they don't want them to, you know, because the reality is, man, if we're going to keep it honest with people, man, like nobody gave us the Parenting 101 book. Like ain't no right or wrong way to be a parent. Every kid is different, you know, and unlike schools, we can't just put our kids in a special needs class. You know what I mean? We got to learn how to connect with our kids and teach them in the best way that benefits them. So that's not an easy job, you know what I mean? So my heart goes out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all because I know it's not easy, you know, but definitely want to say to you, man, that it got to be a peaceful thing for you to know that about your son and also a testimony as well of who you are as a person and where you was at in your life when you had your child, you know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
not only I just want to piggyback off that, J Music. Not only do we have to, you know, physically be there, but we have to connect with them on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, and on every level. Every level.
Yeah, bro. And I think, man, the biggest thing like today is just like there's so many influences. You know what I'm saying? You know, before like Instagram and all that stuff was around, it's like you had your parents and then your homeboys is right around you. But now, man, you can talk, you can see anything. You just put your phone out. There's so much influence, man, with the, you know, I mean, you know, I ain't trying to go this route, but the LBGTQ, whatever it's called, all that stuff. But you know, it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot.
I mean, it's all confusion, man. It's just all confusion. You know, the same way somebody want to think that it's okay to be a pedophile, or somebody wants to think it's okay to lie to everybody.
Bro.
You know, it's just all confusion, man. And you know, raising a kid up during these times, especially with all this technology and all that, could be a very difficult thing. You know what I mean? So, what's some of the things that you do to kind of like, you know, combat that?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of simple. Kind of going back to what Alicia was saying. You know, just emotionally, just being around, talking to the kids. You know, I can't cut off electronics. You know what I'm saying? They gotta. You can't shut them out from the world. So you just got to make sure. That's one thing I've been telling myself is like, I can only do the best I can do. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have outside influences. And if I cut off everything, then it's going to be worse when he gets older.
Yeah.
You know
How's he going to learn? How's he going to learn?
I want to, when he gets 17, 18, then he's going to be like, man, I want to see what that's about. And then it's like, oh, my dad never let me experience anything. So, you know, allow him to have that. But at the same time, you know, it's like, nah, this is the way of life. This is how you should live. This is how you should treat people. This is how you should be a man. You got to work. You know what I'm saying? And just all those little things, man. Big things, really.
Just real life, man. Real life advice. You know what I mean? And just to keep it real biblical with y'all, man, Isaiah 7:15 prophesies about Jesus, and it says, butter and honey must he eat so that he may know how to refuse the evil and choose the good, right? So... And it also says in another place, I don't know the exact book and chapter, but it says that through his obedience, he was being made perfect, even to the point of death and all of that, right? So there's a place where perfection doesn't look like never making a mistake. Rather, perfection looks like eating butter and honey so that you can say, I don't want to eat butter, I want to eat honey. You know what I mean? And that way, wherever you at in life, no matter how much internet you got, you'll always make the right decision because you already know what that is, and you know you don't want that, you know?
Yeah,
but whenever
bro.
we try to keep our kids away from that, or whenever we try to keep people away from that, you know, as much as we're doing it out of a good place, just understand that you could possibly be doing a disservice to them because you got to allow a person to choose for themselves. You can't, we don't do witchcraft as sons of God. We don't say prayers and wave magic wands and make your problems go away. All we can do is testify to the truth, and the truth will set you free from everything that's a lie. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Glory to God, man. Shout out to Jesus Christ. Shout out to what he did on the cross. You know, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the power to be called sons and daughters of God. We wouldn't have the power to be resurrected from the dead just as he was, man. And these are the things that we press into. These are the things that we hope for. There's somewhere in the scripture, if I'm not mistaken, Hebrews chapter 11, where it's talking about nobody hopes for what they already have. You know, faith being the substance of things that's not seen, you know, and an evidence, you know what I mean? So it's both a substance and an evidence, but you can't see it, just like air. Air blows and it even knocks down buildings, but you can't see air. You don't know where it's going, where it's coming from. You know what I mean? You can only tell the direction is at the present moment. So, you know, shout out to Jesus again. You know, being born, you know, of water and spirit is the only way you can enter into the kingdom. You know, when we're first born through our mom, when we come into this world, you know, we come in through water. The water breaks, we come into life, right? You know, but to be born again is to be born of the Spirit. You know what I mean? It's a place where you die with Christ and you raise with Christ, where you are made one spirit with Christ. You know what I mean? So I just want to encourage people that's watching, man, call upon the name of the Lord and you will be saved. This isn't just a profession with your lips. It's more of a profession with your heart. You know what I mean? Call upon the name of the Lord from your heart and you will be saved. You heard?
Amen.
And your kids are going to watch you and they're going to do exactly what you're doing eventually.
Facts.
Trust me. Huh?
Facts.
Facts.
Whether they have to, you know, go through life with you and then, you know, bump their heads as teenagers and, you know, find out their own path like the prodigal son did and then come back. However they're going to do it, just know at the end of the day that if you set the right example and you make Jesus the center of everything you do, say, and think, he's going to make sure that they are taken care of, whether they are in your hand reach distance or way far away somewhere else in college. Your prayers are going to be heard because of your faithfulness and your obedience that you have displayed through your faith and through your relationship with Jesus.
And also, man, just to add on to the prodigal son point that he made, I just want to challenge the audience, you know what I mean? Think about the other son that never left. But he felt like he deserved everything because he didn't leave. And it never tells the story of him repenting or him changing his mind. It tells the story of the other one who went and splurged everything and then he changed his mind, came back to the Lord and was received with open arms. So, you know, just be mindful, man, of where we at, man. Understand that God loved you way before you loved him. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in thinking that you got to earn God's love or that you got to do something for God to give you favor. God loved you before you loved him. You know, while you were still a sinner, Christ died for you.
Yes, sir.
So we got, 3 other songs and a couple other videos. We got James White with We Made It featuring Quese. We got Quese's Step Out video featuring Edify and the Till On Board video. So we got 2 videos and 1 song. Quese, man, what we getting into next, bro?
Man, we gotta step out, man. Step out. We gotta play that one, bro. And this song, the reason why I want to play it, man, is what we were just talking about. You know, God leads us into our destiny, whether it's through us being obedient or whether it's not us being obedient and we got to go take a detour, you know what I'm saying? But if we listen to him and step out and do what he told us to do, he'll lead us to our destiny on a straighter path. So that's what this song is, man. It's about getting out. And I wrote this in 2020 when COVID hit and everything and racial reconciliation was needed, all this stuff, George Floyd stuff. Man, I was like, we got to step out and actually do something about what's happening in the world and in our own lives. So, man, this song is just an encouragement to go out and do what God is telling you to do so you can be living what he's called you to do.
Well, man, that is a fact, man. Spoken in true fashion, you heard? Because we definitely got to go out, step out, and do what God called us to do, man. God is the one that forms the mouth of a man. He called Moses to preach to the people. Moses kind of questioned it a little bit, right? He had to get Aaron, you know, but and that's cool and all that, but we don't got to be like that. We can say, you know what, you told me to do it, let me go step out and do it, you heard?
Right.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
But the only way you know that God called you to something is to hear his voice, and you can't hear his voice if you don't have a relationship with him. So we encourage you guys to have a relationship with Jesus.
There you go.
That's the way that you can hear his voice specifically and what he wants you to do, how he wants you to do it, who he wants you to connect with, and etc. So we got to step out in faith and do what God has called us to do.
Yeah, walk on water.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
It's one of my favorites. This is Quese featuring Edify. This is Step Out. And again, you guys, all the videos that we're playing tonight is on YouTube. So make sure you guys go and subscribe, add it to your playlist, and all the music is on digital platforms. So add it to your, wherever you may listen to music at, add it to your playlist and play it in the car, while you're at the gym working out, wherever you are. We want you guys to support the homie Quese tonight. Here is Step Out featuring Edify. Check it out.
Let's go.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Step out in faith, you heard? Go show love, go show support.
Yeah, ayy. Yeah, it's rocky when I'm shaking anyway. See my future, but I'm stuck in all my way. In my head, yeah. Gotta get it, bout it.
Oh.
Step out, 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 yeah. Looking at me sideways, but you won't deny me. Loving me on Wednesday, hating me on Friday. Facing all my demons, there's a
shout out to Edify, I see you, baby.
No, I can't live with regret. I gotta take the first step. Got too much heart in my chest, and I point the tech to my flesh. Yeah, and if I ever fail, at least I finish the test. I know so many won't attempt it, they don't live what they said. Yeah, ooh, give me some room. I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna bloom. Living the truth, you gotta move. If it ain't healthy, I will not consume. I'm trying to find a way out. Gotta walk the faith down. Time to live it out loud. Gotta give up my doubt.
Oh. Let's go. Share it live.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Feeling hopeless, but creation's in my head. Gotta get it, bout it.
All glory to God.
Step out, 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 yeah. Heading out the boat, I'm about to walk on water. Faith in myself, insecurity is drowning. Always on TNT, bold, not Titanic. My Caribbean, you living water, heal this planet now. Yeah. Look at the grid, look at the shine, look at the fruit of the mind. Yeah. Catching a wave, plotting with Christ, Corona got me with the time. Yeah.
Let's go. Shout out to Quese.
He wiped me down with a rag. Yeah. Sauce drip like Chick-fil-A, still eat cause the bag. You never gon' get it if you don't go get it, stop wasting your time. Keep chasing your dreams and stick with the vision, if not it's a crime. If we edify unity, never give up, but we'll win every time. Gotta walk it out now, living out your best life, yeah. Yeah, it's rocky when I'm shaking anyway. See my future, but I'm stuck.
This right here's the vibe.
Feeling hopeless, but
this right here's so wavy, baby.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying?
Step out, step out, step out, step out, step out. Step out, step out, step out, step out, yeah. Yeah, rocky, but I'm shaking anyway. See my future, but I'm stuck on my way. Feeling hopeless, but creation in my head. Yeah. Gotta get it, body, yeah.
Yo, man, listen, man. I think you a dope artist, man. I think you even doper now because like I said, I think I've been hearing a lot about you. I've heard a couple tracks from you. I've heard a couple people mention your name, but just meeting you for myself, you a dope dude, man. And I think that, the evidence is shown in your fruit, the fruit of the body, your child following in your footsteps. You know what I mean? Like, those are things that somebody like me would look at as indicators. You know what I mean? Is he doing the right thing? Is God with him? Right? Because that's really the question that we all ask as Christians. Is God really with this person? You know what I mean? And I just want to encourage you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your family. Continue being a blessing to those around you. Continue doing what you're doing, cuz you heard, because you're a dope artist. Your vibes is on point. Your singing is on point. And not only that, your fatherhood is on point, yeah? That's like that's like a definition of stepping out. Step out and be a son of God. Won't you step out and do that? You know what I mean? People want to step out and to see miracles, and miracles are cool, man. But what about you stepping out to be 100% son of God? You know what I mean?
Amen. Definitely.
So before we start the show, we asked if you had any like upcoming events and everything. So what's the end of the year looking like for you?
Yeah, man. I have a show next November 11th. And I'm going to be
Black
in Battle.
Panther come out?
You said what?
The day Black Panther come out? You got an event?
Oh, bro. Is that the day?
What?
Oh, I might have to let them know, like, hey, man, I'm going to have to watch Black Panther.
Hey, we got to reschedule.
Reschedule it. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you
That
are.
is the day, ain't it? Wow, I didn't even think about that. But
hey, man, you might have to catch that on replay.
Yeah, November 11th, man. It's gonna be I'm be there with Jonathan Traylor, man. So it's gonna be pretty dope. It's called Soul Blast, right in Muskegon. I mean, not Muskegon, but Battle Creek, Michigan, man. It's a big youth event, man. Just to be able to speak to the youth and tell them my testimony, do some music, man. So yeah, that's the big one, man. Then we got a lot of stuff here at the Edge. In December, we got New Year's party gonna be popping off. So
when you say in the Edge, like I keep hearing the Edge, that's a church?
That is a church.
Yeah.
It's a hip hop church.
Shout out to the Edge, man. I keep hearing about y'all, man. I'm gonna have to make my way to come check y'all, man. Cause
yeah, bro. Yep. Where do you at? Where you at, Jay?
I'm in Lawrence, Mass. So it's like 20 minutes north of Boston.
Okay. I knew it was East Coast. I could tell in your voice.
Definitely East Coast. Definitely East Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My pops is actually from Harlem. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
Yeah. But man, I'm definitely gonna have to make my way to go check out Edge. I don't know what God got planned for what it is that I'm gonna do in my life, but if it's part of His plans, I would just ask that I would be able to connect with so many different walks of life, you know what I mean? Because being that I'm from Lawrence, if anybody who's familiar with Lawrence knows that Lawrence is like 7 miles square, you know what I mean? It's a small city, a lot goes on there. It's very city-like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's more like a town, you know what I'm saying? I would say it's a town, but it's qualified as a city. But a lot of times growing up in a certain location, you start to think that this is the world. This is all there is, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And one of the things that doing this podcast has allowed me to do is to kind of like be aware of what's going on. More than just my little box. So meeting people like you, meeting people like Delicio, and every artist he's introduced me to, for me it's been a blessing, really, because a lot of times, you can be deceived into thinking that the world you come from is the only world that matters. Right? So, and this is just some of the things that God has been teaching me, because I would have never came to this conclusion had I still been in the world, because I was too busy, doing everything I shouldn't be doing. But I just want to give a shout out to Jesus, right? Because these opportunities, these shows that we've been doing have been opportunities for me to step outside of that box. You know what I mean? I don't want to live in a box. Even when the Spirit of God came to dwell with the Israelites, He didn't live inside the box. He dwelled on top of the mercy seat that was on top of the box. So even in that situation, God is like, don't put me in a box. You could put the staff of Aaron there. You could put the law of Moses there. You couldn't even put the manna, right? But don't put me in a box because God is limitless. You know what I mean? And you know, and I say all that just to say that given the lifestyle that I came from, you know, and where God had reached in to pull me out of, bro, it's something that I really want to testify to. And I think part of that process has been meeting people like you, meeting people like Alicio, you know, where it's teaching me that God is bigger than the box that I've been living in, that I've been taught to live in. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I ain't mean to go so deep, man, but I promise you, man, I mean what I say and I say what I mean. You know what I mean? I really do, man.
All good.
Yeah, man.
We always hear, you know, like we're doing this to build God's kingdom. Well, what does God's kingdom look like? It looks like individuals. And right now we are building through fellowship. Jamie, you're in Massachusetts. I'm in Ohio. Quese, you're in Michigan. That's three
states right there.
Three man.
States. And that's not even counting the people that be tapped in with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've always liked about you, Alicio, man. I told you that years ago. Even I've been knowing you, bro, since Quese. I've been in GR 4 years now, 5 years. So yeah, bro. And it's always been love with you, man. You've always tried to cultivate this unified atmosphere, man, where you get people from Florida. I know artists now.
Shout out to Alicio, man. Shout out to Alicio.
Like, this dude is famous, man.
Alicio, man, he definitely one of them peoples, man. Definitely one of them peoples, in my opinion. You know, I've been blessed to be able to even work with him, you know, side by side, because we're really working for the same exact cause. You know what I noticed? I didn't even put the GodSon listening party logo. Suspect.
Sure didn't.
I'm suspect, but it's all right, man. People who's rocking with us know what time it is.
They know what time it is.
Yeah. But like I was saying, you know, just connecting with somebody like Alicio, you know, and because without y'all testifying to who he was, I already felt that from him. You know what I mean? Because I like to think of myself as somebody who's made it through the streets and made it through that lifestyle based off of me being able to discern who's a friend and who's an associate. You know what I mean? In the same way, I discern who's a Christian and who's a son of God, if that means anything to anybody, right? I believe there's a difference there. But Alicio has been definitely somebody when, you know, his yes has always been yes to me. You know, when he says that he's going to do something, I was actually just saying this last night to my man that was with me. I was like, yo, not only did he say yes, he goes above and beyond the yes. He starts adding more things to that yes that we didn't even say yes to, but it's all beneficial. And that's a testimony to, you know, who God created him to be, man. You know, when he names himself the kingdom servant, like that, he earned that, in my opinion. And if my opinion means to anything to anybody watching, that's a kingdom servant right there. You know what I mean?
Man.
So shout out to you, Alicia, man.
Just honored to support and, you know, be a servant. We always hear, or at least I always hear or read on social media, like how can, I might be paraphrasing this, but how can God call you to lead if you're not even willing to stack chairs?
How you going to Africa when your neighbor don't even know about the gospel?
Man.
How? You know what I mean? You talk about send me across the world to preach the gospel, and your neighbor still over here doesn't know nothing about Jesus.
Yeah.
And they see you every morning when you go get the mail. Yeah. Stop it.
So I'm just honored to connect with different people, whether in ministry, outside of ministry, in music, outside of music. I'm just honored to just be a servant and connect the dots and connect lines, because Jesus is my vine. I'm just a branch in his. So I'm just honored.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah,
bars.
bro. And you've always supported me, man. Like, for real, bro. So
day one.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah,
day one.
You've been there from the jump, man. So yeah.
Man, God willing to stay that way, man.
Back when my music was trash too.
And it be like that. It definitely be like that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times we just trying to pass go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Collect our $200 and that's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, got to go around the board first, Bob.
So before we get into any more music, we giving shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my sister Kanisha. So just to attest to what you just said, that I do a lot and I bring a lot to the table as far as the show. I also make logos. I also make logos, and I helped her make this postcard. So this is my sister Kanisha. She is the founder and owner behind All Things Essential Oils and More, LLC. I'm not going to point on the screen tonight, but she does butters, creams, healing aids, and like if you have eczema or you need like a custom order, she can do that for you too. She also has a YouTube channel and she has a website, allthingsessential22.com. Definitely check her out. I will say this now. The giving season is coming up, and she is going to be giving out vouchers. So you guys definitely want to tap in with her, and hopefully you can get something for you or your family. If you like colognes or you just like natural products, she has a product for you. If you're a woman, she has a product for you, and if you got kids, she got products for them too. So definitely tap in with her. And I know November is coming up. November usually families and individuals. What's up, MJ?
MJ in the building, not to be confused with Michael Jordan.
I know that November is coming up. Usually individuals and families, they travel for Thanksgiving. So she is also a travel agent as well. So if you guys need her, definitely contact her at 513-580-4720. Tell her Alicia sent you. If anybody needs information, inbox me, let me know.
Turn up.
Yo, MJ, now that you on the show, man, give me one thing about your pops that's helped you learn something that's most valuable to you. What's the one thing you learned from your father that was most valuable?
When he makes music, he makes the little things notice in his rap and when he sings.
So you love the fact that he pays attention to detail.
Yeah.
Okay. You being a youth right now today, what's something that you would tell youth, in your school or in your age bracket, when it comes? Go ahead.
Keep working on your game and stuff. Keep working on your rap and stuff.
So what about somebody who doesn't do rapping? What would you tell them?
Keep going whatever you like to do.
I love it. Hey, yo, man, Quese, man, shout out to you. Word, huh? You doing your thing, pa. I see you.
Get in the bed now.
God bless you, man.
He got to get in the bed. He got school in the morning.
Let's go, man. God bless you, youngin'.
And don't forget to say your prayers either.
Word. That's a fact.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Yeah, man. So what's up, man? What we got on deck right now?
So I want to say we made it, and then we got Till on Board. Till on Board if y'all haven't watched that video, Till on Board it's a very heartfelt track. I can definitely tell you paid attention to the details, and you had the homie Tank in there with a couple other noticeable faces that I've known. But it's a heavy track, very, very needful message, and it needs more views. It needs more spins. It needs more plays because it's such a needful message for not just this time, but any time. So that's a classic in my opinion, bro. J Meezy, I don't know if you looked at the videos when you were downloading them or converting them, but this is definitely a very needful, very heartfelt track. Very heartfelt video as well.
Yeah, no, we definitely gonna dive into that one right there, man. Till on Board. You know what I mean? So let's get into that. You already know information at the bottom of the screen. Go show that love. Go show that support. Jesus is king. Let's go.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go. Show that love. Go show that support. Go follow all streaming platforms.
Never bored or relaxed. Stay lit with the tracks. Jesus got my back. In him, I'm a savage. Killing snakes with the habits. Love your neighbor like an addict. Stay strong, never fragile. More fire than a candle. Dreaming with a vision, call me Luther King. Hey, Did it for the culture, unity starts with me. Hustle praying to the king, never sleep, tryna feast, gotta eat. Yeah, never feel love, promise I might hate a body rolling deep. Stay up, on my grind, stay up, unity all the time.
I know you gonna dig this.
All glory to God.
No matter what's around, I see unity.
I know you gonna dig this.
Let's go.
Energize like the battery. I'ma lose all the calories. Stay fit with the salary. I don't build with the Bellamy. Don't have no more felonies. The bag removed the slavery. The master removed the chains. And no more pain. They will never stop this fight. Together we live, never die. Vindicated, underrated, confiscated, hope related. Oh yeah. Got no heights, feeling right. With the sight, staying fly Jordan. Stay up, on my grind. Stay up, unity all the time.
Stay up.
Never stop when I rep the king. Call
Shout
me
out to Quese. Go show that love. Go show that support, y'all.
Around, I see unity.
All glory to God.
Yeah, I won't quit until I'm bored. I won't quit until I'm bored. Yeah. I won't quit until I'm bored.
Oh. You know what time it is, right? You gotta stay up. You can't quit.
Stop, I can never quit. Ay, hustle, pray, eat, gotta represent. Yeah.
Hey, yo, shout out to Quese.
50 years older than black, yeah. Ay, pull me over, strict.
I know you gonna dig this.
I fit the description, that black and that vicious, don't matter, I'm Christian. Hated that day, I lost my respect, lost sight of my mission. But the heart, divided soul in me. God came and gave me company. Now I'm repping the king, living the dream, crash my theme, flow like a screen, stranger things. He to go with the rings, could have hit with the young. Thanks, queen. Never stop when I rep the king. Call me Joseph, cause I had a dream. I won't quit until I'm bored.
Stay up. Whoa. Yo, what's something that you would give as an advice to somebody, right, who has a family, new born again believer, trying to do music, you know what I mean? When he's trying to figure out what should I do more? Should I honor God with my talents? Should I like dedicate my time to my family? You know, I gotta raise my kid. Like what's your advice to somebody like that?
Man, it's a lot. When you I feel like if you have a calling in your life to do music and you're just accepting Christ in your life, I think you should really figure out who God wants you to be and figure out who God is, who Jesus is to you before you try to step into doing the rap part of it. So, and also I think you need to walk with some people that's been doing Christian rap or any type of music or ministry for, you know, at least a year or two, man.
I like,
you know, everything today is fast. You know, we want to just jump in, because what can happen is, I've seen it numerous times, bro. What can happen is you switch over to CHH and you dive right in. You don't know who Jesus is. You ain't got no relationship. You ain't got no pastor covering. And you just diving in, and soon as you might get signed. You might be good enough to get signed, and then you started getting to drinking, drugs, girls, and all this stuff, man. While you're representing God, and you never,
you don't even know, and you don't even know it because you ain't taking that time out to grow with God first.
Facts.
One of the things that I see in the scriptures is, because I try to relate everything to the scriptures. I know that according to my own understanding, I might justify some things in my life that God might not be in agreement with. So I always try to refer back to the scriptures. And one of the things that I see that is very important about a man in his household is to lead his household. I think it was, what was it? Elijah that said, choose this day who you will serve. As for me and my household, we gonna worship God, right?
Yep.
Or we gonna serve the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So our first ministry is our household. So my advice to somebody coming in would be similar to what you saying. Make sure that you growing with God first before anything, because God will never mislead you. You know what I mean? And your household growing up, like you got your kids growing up. Those times, those years are very vital and important. And as much as you might be in a place where, this is brand new to you, you're growing with God, always keep in mind that your household is very important. So when God is calling you to do something, it will never be contrary to what he tells you to do from the beginning. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, man. And you can see that with your family too, man. And that's why I wanted to ask the question, because you can see that. You know what I mean? You can see that with your son and all that.
And I was gonna say this: and with a family, you got to learn how to say no. I said this on your show before, Alicio. It's like, bro, you can't say because I do a lot, man. I'm a traveling artist. I'm a worship leader at 2 churches. I referee high school sports and college sports. So I do a lot. But what I'm realizing is like, okay, kids getting older, they want to get in sports or do whatever. I got to be there. I can't just keep doing everything else and not be in their life. So you got to learn how to say no. And that's a hard thing to do, especially when you want to spread out within your business, ministry, whatever it may be. You want to just keep spreading out and making those connections. You don't want your family to fall apart, like you were saying, bro. So you got to remember and be conscious of like, okay, what do I say yes to? What do I say no to? So, but yeah.
That's
so
good, bro.
Going back to that track, what did you mean when you said "till I'm bored"? What was that? What was the concept behind that?
Yep. So that was around. It was around that time too, 2019, 20, when a lot of racial things were happening. So I told a story within that song about when I was younger, and I got stopped by the police and strip search for no apparent reason, just because I was black, and it's just a reality. So my boy Tank was in there. He was playing me. He actually married the girl that was in there now. They married now. But Tank and Aaron, that's actually the pastor's daughter at the Edge. But anyway, Till I'm Bored is basically saying, yes, all this stuff is happening. Racial injustice, people getting killed, people talking about you, life ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? And the world seems to be against you. Everything's closing in. But you cannot change who you are. You got to continue to be the loving person that God has called you to be, and do it until you're bored. And I was saying that as it was kind of a joke, but it wasn't. Like, I'm never going to be bored of it. I'm going to continue to try to be unified and have a mindset of unity. And that's never going to stop. So that's pretty much what that concept was, man. It told a story about, how it's a reality. The police stopping black men and, searching us and stopping us for no reason and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, how do you still love those people within that, So it's a reality that we, us as black men or minority men, man, we just got to face it and realize it's going to happen. One day, the stuff going to happen, you know what I'm saying?
That reminds me of Ephesians chapter 6. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. This isn't a personal battle, and even it says that when you've done all you could do, you stand.
Yeah.
It's almost like till you're bored, you're just gonna continue to do that. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for that. I rock with that concept.
I love the video. I think if I may be honest, I think I didn't really get the gist of the video until like I watched it for like the fourth time because I don't always want to get caught up in the lyrics. I want to get caught up in what the artist is portraying, what the message is that he or she is trying to deliver through this visual. And we, I've seen it. We've all seen it. A police will stop an African American man just because he fits the description of another. And that's what I got from that video.
That's exactly what it was. Yep.
I as long as I've known you, Quese, I didn't know that you had got stopped when you were younger. So this is my first time hearing about that.
Oh wow!
But I got that from the video because toward the end, your head slammed on the table when it should have been Tank's head. But you got the description wrong.
Yep. So that's exactly what happened, man. I got literally this. I'm telling you the real story now. So I got stopped when I was 15 years old driving my pop's car. And they strip searched me and my homies, man, and we was just coming from hooping.
Like strip search you with the clothes off?
Yeah, well, they made us take our jackets off and put us in the grass. For no reason. Yeah. We coming, you know what I'm saying? We 15, 14 years old. They get out the car and and we had to get in the grass, pinned us down, man. It was crazy. And I'm like, man, I'm going home. I live right down the street. Like, I'm going home. My dad's a minister, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying all this stuff. They didn't care. It was just you black, you drive. It was my dad's Cadillac, so I'm driving my dad's Cadillac. Like, you driving the Cadillac, we stop you, and so we all in the grass and stuff. Then they get phoned in while they're stopping us, and they were saying the description of the person that had robbed this store. The dude was like 6'5" and light skinned. I'm 5'6". Like real talk. Like what? I'm 5'6" and dark. So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
And he got us up and stuff. None of us were obviously that person. They finally got the guy later that day. I told my pops about it. He went, huh?
Did the cops apologize?
They apologized, but man, I told my pops about it, man, and he went down to the station. My dad, he got some clout down, because he a pastor and stuff. So he went up there, like, look, man, you stopped my son, blah, 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 but it hardened my heart toward, let's be honest, towards white people at that time, man. And it was just, I was like, man, this is a reality. Like, I got stopped for no apparent reason. And it didn't matter what I said, didn't matter what I did, didn't matter what I looked like, because I was black. I got stopped and searched in the grass like I did something. So that's what that story was, man. And you hit the nail on the head, Alicio. And it was just a reality. And I felt like in 2020, it was a good time to talk about that. And a lot of people, hit me up about that video because of that. So,
I mean, you just saying that just reminded me of a point that Kanye had made not that long ago, where he was on a show. And he's like, yo, why is it that if I go into Apple Music, the first 3 songs that I could play will either represent my people killing each other, people, prostitution, cheating on your wife, and that why is this the message that we're constantly being fed?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about being pulled over because you black, I think this is way beyond a white and black thing. I think this is a program that we've been taught to think about each other. Where, and another point that there was a comedian, he made this point, and he says, why is it that when I go on vacation, if I go to a vacation and the hotel I'm staying at is filled with people that look like me, I don't feel like I'm on a vacation no more. I feel like now I gotta watch myself. I gotta, I gotta put on this mask, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is that? You know what I mean? Like, why do we think that way about each other? And the only thing I can reconcile that with is we must be being programmed. And an example that I would give would be like, I remember growing up when I would watch Jerry Springer, right, as a kid. When the fight started to take place, they would cut the camera off, right? So they wouldn't let you see the fights happen. But then Jerry Springer got to a point where you only watch Jerry Springer to watch the fights. Facts. You only watch Jerry Springer to watch people act ignorant. So then I started asking myself the question, are we being programmed and desensitized to something that is bigger than what we're seeing right now? It's like a magician on the street corner, the dude with the quarters, right? I'm not sure if y'all familiar with him. He got 3 quarters in his hand, and he'll let you win the first 2 or 3 games, and then he'll get you to bid like $100, and he'll take your money, right? So I'm thinking are we being showed what they want us to see? You know what I mean? So that we would build an opinion, a mindset, or a thought process about each other. And then when you see a cop pull somebody over, you know what I mean, because he's black, we'll say that it's a white thing because that's where it originates from. But what if they just took that original formula and they applied it to the program? Yeah. And to divide people, because to divide is to conquer people, right? United we stand, divided we fall. So that's just some of the things that I think about, because I'm light skinned, you know what I mean? You can't really see it too much, but I'm actually tan, you know what I mean? I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, you know, and so I could easily hold on to that because I've always felt like I was just a light skinned black person because I've always got treated the same way. It's either you black or you brown, right? And then when I would see white people, it would always be in my mind that division, like me against them type of, and for a long time I felt like that. But then, I've been in jail with dudes that's white, Spanish, Chinese, black, and it doesn't even matter your skin color. It just matter who you are. Like, you either a real dude or you not. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen dudes that would be on the Puerto Rican side or the Latin side get along with people on the white side simply based off of character, where it's like, your man gonna get beat up, but I'm gonna give you a pass. And then I ask the question, why you giving him a pass? And it's always back to the character. Like, nah, this dude's a stand-up dude. His man is suspect, but he's stand-up. So what I'm saying is that when we're programmed to see each other a certain kind of way, that could be our first response until we get to know people. And then we get to say, yeah, you good dude. And this is how you got, like, cops being friends with ex-gangsters or something like that, right? Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know why I went that way, but it just reminded me of that with Kanye, because I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on with him. Like, right now, he done said a couple words, you know, and I feel like a lot of times, we're programmed to think a certain way. So when we see somebody like Kanye, instantly we put him in a box. We say, this is who you are. And Kanye West the whole time is trying to tell you who he is. He's like, yo, this is what I believe. This is why I believe it. And we're saying, no. The fact that you believe that, you belong in this box. Yeah. And now you gotta now you gotta give me a reason why you changed your name. Explain to me why. Like, now you a black vote. Like, yo, bro, we're not thinking about white votes like that. So why are we thinking about, what you mean Black Lives Matter? All lives matter. Why do I have to explain to you that Black Lives Matter, bro? Right. So if you're going to play that game, then check it. White lives matter. Yeah. That's how I see what he's doing. I'm like, and I don't see why people don't see that. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah. So for me, just to say this, the song, my songs, Till I'm Bored, is like that. Till I'm Bored is saying, I'm going to love everybody, even through all the pain. So I want people to know that this song was not meant to bash the police or say white people are racist or none of that. It was about me. And even though I went through a situation, I still love everybody. And I'm going to do the best I can to love everybody and not allow any action by another person to alter who I am. So that's
what
sir.
That was,
man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, talk that talk, sir, man. I think that's the logical thinking. Is don't worry about what's around you, worry about who you are, because who you are has the ability to change the atmosphere. Like, you ever hear the saying when somebody walk into the room and they're like, yo, that dude got a bad vibe. And then all of a sudden everybody's like standoffish because this person walked in with that energy. But what if we walk in with the energy of God, like the Bible says, right? Yeah. Being led by the Spirit. We have that ability to change that vibe. But if we too busy getting caught up on the, on the semantics, for the lack of better terms, we can easily be distracted from the simplicity that's in Christ, right? Like, facts. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, man.
So we're pushing 2 hours and 20 minutes, Quese. I didn't
I
know
think
we
we
were
good,
going
bro.
this long, but are you enjoying yourself, bro?
Man, I've had a blast, man, with y'all. I missed a few phone calls, but it's all good. But man, it's been really dope to be on here with y'all, man. We gotta stay connected, man, for sure. So yeah.
Definite. So what we doing, Licio?
So we could ask another question. We can play the last song. It's up to you, bro. What you want to do?
What you want to do, Quese?
No,
I
we
know
don't
you a
need to play.
dad.
We don't need to play. We made it. Yeah, we good on that. I can answer some though.
Okay. What artists are you listening to now? Like, who's in your daily rotation? Whether on the way to work, on the way to the crib, who's in your daily rotation?
Man, it's crazy. I've been listening to a lot of KB lately, man. KB he's like that cross between contemporary and hip hop. You know, he's really gotten that bag where he have like a contemporary course and making it a hip hop track, super good energy. But yeah, I love him, man. Just his heart for God and people. You know what I'm saying? I've met him. I actually played basketball with him earlier this year, man. And, crossed him up a little bit.
What?
But nah.
What?
yeah, man. But no, I did hoop with him, man. Good dude, man. Good dude. But I've been listening to him, and I still listen to 1K, man. 1K Feud. I just like his sound.
Shout out to 1K Feud, man. Shout out to 1K Feud.
Yeah, his sound is dope, bro. I just love that it's not like this super hardcore sound, but he has a melodic feel to it, but at the same time it's hard. You know what I'm saying? He just got that blend I like. So yeah, them people I'm rocking with right now though.
Gotcha. So fun fact, a couple shows ago, Jay Meezy did not know who KB was. This is the second time we have mentioned this guy. And even the guy who I talked to earlier, you guys see him commenting on his YouTube channel, Wonder Bread Ministries. He's an assistant pastor. Anyway, I met him. Well, I didn't meet him, but he was at the KB concert a couple of Saturdays ago. So KB is definitely somebody that we should take notice of. He's been in the CHA scene for like
didn't my homegirl send me like a video of KB or something?
He's a beast, man.
Or something. I don't know what you talking about. Brittany, right? I think that's her name. I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Brittany.
Definitely need to listen to it. So go ahead, Quese.
No, I was gonna say this, man. I gotta say this dude, man. Stephen Malcolm, one of my homies. And he's actually on the worship team at the Edge. He goes to the Edge. He's still here in GR, but he's on the label with Word Entertainment. So he's doing his thing, man. But God is really moving in his life. He just did the Dove Awards Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I gotta mention him, man. He's doing his thing.
I will say this. I know you guys put on the conferences like every September, every October, or whatever. I know this was the second time, but I came out last year, and for someone with Steven's accolades, with his status, for him to know who I was when I walked in the building and like said hello to me and everything, bro, that was really humbling to me. And then to see him get up there, and I don't know if it was sound check you guys were doing, but he did one song, and then like Tank and Edify did like some other songs, some other like worship type songs. So like he's active, and just to see him with all the status and with all the accolades he has, with all the achievements that he has, to see him still be a servant, it speaks volumes. And his music always good on point, no matter what it is, and he collabs with a lot of different people.
He the homie,
he good people. If you're not listening to Stephen Malcolm, you're living under a rock, in my opinion.
I don't know if you know this, Jay. I was gonna say, Jay, I don't know if you know this, bro. He just did a song with Snoop, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't hip. You gonna have to put me on,
bro. Yeah, wow. He just did a song with Snoop, so check him out, man. Yeah,
shout out to him, man. And honestly, man, I know some people that watch our show would probably wonder why we would give shout outs to somebody like Snoop. And the reality is this, man. I come from a very dark world, man, and I understand that, in this dark world, not everybody in that world is dark like you would think that they're dark.
Yep.
And I was one of those people. There was times when I was doing things that I would be like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? And versus somebody who would want to do that, right? So I say this, right? Like, there's a place for a person to build a testimony. You don't know what testimony a person is. The Bible calls us to set our minds on things above, not on things on the earth. So when we see people, we're trying to see the God in people. All people were made in the image and likeness of God, right? So we're to see people through that lens. So this whole mindset of, oh, he's this and he's that, it might work for you wherever you at, and that's cool. I'm not going to judge you for it. But here on the GodSon podcast, man, we only want to see through God's eyes, And God created all things, and that's why we would talk about somebody like Snoop. We would talk about somebody like DMX, Jay-Z, because it is what it is. All men were created in the image and likeness of God, And we're not religious on that type of level. We're not following a system here. We're not trying to earn favor in our churches. We're just here trying to worship God from our heart. This is why we interview artists that are doing music, and we ask questions rooted in their music because, true worship comes from the heart, man. Spirit and in truth. You can put on the image all you want. I mean, I grew up, being familiar with Halloween. To throw on a costume, that's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? People say that it's the 31st that we throw on costumes, but the reality is people wear costumes every single day. And you got to learn how to navigate through that world. So what I'm saying is that, man, let's lift each other up rather than destroying each other. Let's let the manifestation of the sons of God be manifested rather than, the sons of disobedience or something. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I just want to piggyback. So I know this. I think his name is Pastor L.A. PLA. I'm sorry, PLA. PLA is he's an evangelist out in like Los Angeles, California. He's been on the show twice, and so oftentimes when he's evangelizing on these street corners, the police will come out and have him moved, go to a different area or whatever. And with this one situation, he was moved from like two different corners or two different places. And the last place he set up, got the mics ready, got the speakers ready, and y'all will never believe who pulled up in LA. Snoop Dogg pulled up and worked. He got it on footage and everything. So we don't know where Snoop is in his journey to Christ, with Christ. We just see him on TV and we have our own thoughts about him. But like Jay-Z, like you said, man, we all were created in the likeness and in the image of God. So so shout out to Snoop.
Word. Shout out to Snoop, man. Why should it matter if we want to make the choice to see people after God's image and not after the way that the world portrays them? Why should that matter if we're all in agreement with God anyway? I'm just trying to agree with God more than I agree with the world. So shout out to Snoop. God bless him. God bless his family. God provides air for him the way he's provides it for us. You know what I mean? So shout out to Snoop, man.
And just a fun fact, didn't Jesus sit with the sinners?
You better be careful. You don't want to talk that talk too much, yeah? Those aren't the normal type of sinners. That's what you're going to hear. Those aren't just any sinners. These were sinners that used to be sinners. You know what's ill, right? And given that we already on that topic, and I know you got to go because you got father duties and all that. But I just want to make this last point. It wasn't the sinners that persecuted Christ.
Was the religious nuts? That's what it was.
It wasn't, man. It wasn't. It was the very people that said they represent God. Those were the first ones that he was in the world doing all these amazing works. Nobody said nothing until it got back to the ears of the religious folk. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that
he didn't fit the criteria.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something to think about.
He didn't fit in the box, man.
He didn't fit in the box, man. It was like, you can't be the king. How you looking like that? You supposed to be, coming in on a white horse, rich.
And he came in on a donkey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what's ill? Fun fact about donkeys. Look at every donkey you see. He always got a cross on his back with his hair.
Wow.
Go check that. I promise you, I'm not lying to you. I promise you. Look at a donkey. He got a cross on his back, man. You heard? God knows exactly what he's doing, man. And the problem is that we too busy paying attention to all the noise that we don't hear the still small voice. We can't see God in somebody like Snoop because we so blinded by his braids. We blinded by the outfits he wear, We blinded by the gin and juice he want to sip. But yet we'll still tell the story about Jesus turning water into wine. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But whatever, you know what I mean? We not that's a whole nother type of podcast, and we'll get into that one day if God wills. So, yo, Quese, man, shout out to you though, man. I think you a dope person, dope guest. I want to bless your family, as you continue to go forth in fatherhood, that God will continue to just give you wisdom on the best ways to raise your son. You know what I mean? So that he would be the one that carries the torch when you're not here. You know what I mean? And you can be proud of him doing it. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
Not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, you have a daughter too. She's like 16 or 17, right?
Yeah, shout out to you.
Yeah, so, yep.
I got a baby girl too, man. J-Lise. I love you, baby.
Yeah. So we got 7-year-old, 15-year-old, and MJ's 11. So yeah, man. Yes, sir. Family.
Definitely shout out to y'all, man, and many blessings to you and your family.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Much love, y'all. Man, this was awesome, man, to be on here with y'all, man. I actually needed this, to be honest with you. So I appreciate
it. All glory to God.
Glad that you were here. Consider this your second or third home. Definitely come back whenever you want to.
We need that commercial too, cuz you heard? Get on that, man. I do a little bit of editing. I ain't the best. I ain't no Hype Williams or nothing like that. But if you need help in that area, man, I offer whatever I got. You know what I mean? For free, free of charge. Right. So, but let's get it, man, because I really want to promote the body of Christ, man. In whatever endeavor God got you doing, whatever endeavor. All right. Right, there's more bars. Yeah. No, I'm bugging. But yeah, I definitely want to support the body of Christ and everything that God calls them to do because, I might not be able to be there hands and feet with you, in the dirt, but I can come alongside and shine light on what you're doing to, whatever that might do. You know what I mean? So, anything that you got coming up in the future, just know that this is a home for you. You're more than welcome to come back with everything, you heard?
For sure. Appreciate y'all, man. Much love.
When the flyer for the Soul Blast, what is it called again?
Soul Blast.
Yep. I got it. I got the flyer. I can text it to you.
Give me the flyer and we're gonna promote it until the day of the event.
Okay.
So, put it over to me. We can't wait for the Grace video to drop. And we can't wait for the song and the video to drop with Stephen Malcolm. Again, man, we're just here to support you. Also, for those who are watching, if you are on YouTube, definitely subscribe to Wonder Bread Ministries. Great brother in Christ who I met earlier today. And I'm sorry my keyboard isn't working on my phone, but I wish I could tell all you guys thank you. Typography? I don't know. I wish I could tell you guys thank you, but I'm saying it vocally. Thank you guys for watching.
You get the point.
But follow Quese Music on all social media platforms. His music is on all digital platforms, so definitely add it to your playlist. And I think his YouTube channel is Quese Music. Everything is Quese Music. You guys subscribe. And you guys see his Cash App at the bottom of the screen, along with his website, unitystartswithme.com. I will vouch for the product. I got 3 hoodies or something. So they are definitely top quality. I can't wait to see what other new colors.
Yo, Cuzzo, if God put it on your heart, man, send that merch. You heard? We'll put it in behind Licio. We'll put it behind me. You know what I mean? and we'll just promote it. You know what I mean? I have it as like a background or something. You see how I got the GodSon logo, but you know I switch it up, man. People already know what the GodSon logo is, so send that merch.
For sure, man. Appreciate it, man.
So thank you again, man. Can't wait to have you back. Follow Quese Music on all social media platforms to stay up to date with him. And if anybody who is an event coordinator or maybe an artist and they want to get you on the track, do you have like a booking email or anything?
Yeah, it's just unitystarswithme.com.
Gotcha.
UnityStartsWithMe.com. Reach out if you're trying to connect. If you need them on a hook, you need them on a track, just reach out. We definitely going to end with a video, and I'm going to do the choosing tonight, and it's going to be We All Winning. You know what I mean? So we're going to play this to end the show. Yo, Cuzzo, appreciate having you on. Super humble to be able to shine light on you, to be a servant. Super humble to even have met you, man. So,
salute. For sure. Same, bro. Yeah.
Tomorrow is Friday, 8 p.m. KS Radio Show. Jay Meezy is going to be on the show. Message Music is going to be on the show. And then on Saturday evening, there are 2 events happening Saturday. The Mary Lou Honorary Award Show somewhere in Pennsylvania or New York or something. Anyway, it's going to be live on YouTube. Inbox me for those details. And the homie Gigi is going to be on the show on the GodSon listening party.
Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to Gigi.
So definitely slide through. If you're not doing anything, we would love your support. And thank you again for watching tonight.
Word. And those who's on Facebook that's going to watch this after, man, come check us on YouTube. YouTube don't shut us down. They don't mute us. You know what I mean? So if you interested in the show, come check us on YouTube. You heard?
So tell your haters and neighbors, slide on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It's going down. Wait and see who we got on the show next week. Let's go.
Let's
go.
go.
GodSon listening party.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go. Tell somebody that gonna tell somebody else. You heard?
All glory to God.
Step in the mix, you see the drift. All I do is love like this. You the shirt off my bed, yeah, we all winning. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning.
I know you gonna dig this.
Step in the mix, you see the drift. All I do is love like this. You the shirt off my bed, yeah, we all winning. We all winning. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning. We all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, not taking no L's. We all winning, yeah. We
I know you gonna dig this.
All glory to God.
Taking no L's, yeah. Whole squad with the faucet, ayy. Spirit flowing, living agua, ayy. Unified, got the venom on. Causing carnage, lady, gotta keep it strong, yeah. Strength in numbers, yeah, my time, close my bill, erase my crime, yeah. Why you hating on me? Guess that's what it gon' be. I'ma let it shine, loving every time, staying on the grind, struggling my mind, keep it with a fire, plugging in the vine, losing like Hannah, color of that pine, up on that ladder, lifted to the sky, spreading the wave, we gotta ride. So step in the mix, you see the drip, all I do is love like this. Yeah, shit off my bed, yeah, we all win. We all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning. Hey. I'm sauced up in the mix, you see the drip. All I do is love like this. Yeah, the shit off my bed, yeah, we all winning. We all winning. Together in this thing, yeah, we all winning. We all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, not taking no L. We all winning, yeah. We all winning, yeah. Not taking no L's, yeah.
Never thought I'd die like this, to live life like this. So proud of my soul, to stay humble, let life unfold. We would've known the path that we chose. When it comes to life, gotta get it how it goes. Got my brothers that keep me on my toes. Keep the change, never ever pay the toll. Yeah. One time for my mama, she know we got up the mud with no sleep. Guys at the table, we gon' feed. Guess it's in my jeans and so C's. Rid me of the mission low key. IMGB the whole team. Gon' keep the same energy.
Side step in the mix, you see the drip. You see the drip. All I do is love like this. Like this. Shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. We all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win. Some step in the mix, you see the drip. All I do is love like this. Hit the shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. We all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win. We all win. Yeah, we all win. Yeah. Not taking no L's, not taking no L's. We all win. Yeah, we all win. Yeah.
Skip. It's been a long time. We still doing fine. Had to make a couple moves just to dot that line. Had to get it from the muscle. What you know about the struggle? Pots and pans in the drawer, and no food in the cupboard. This the winning season for us, baby. We can talk about a loss now. Still Christ when I go through. I can never put the cross down. I've been praying for my enemies, trying to point them to the heavenlies. Keep it up is what they telling me. I'm sauced up, be the melody. Skip. Yeah.
Side step in the mix, you see the drip. You see the drip. All I do is love like this. Like this. Shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. We all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win. Some step in the mix, you see the drip. All I do is love like this. Hit the shirt off my back, yeah, we all win. We all win. Together in this thing, yeah, we all win. We all win.
What's up, brothers and sisters? Everybody out there, what's going on? Just had a thought I'd like to share with y'all. I felt like I should. I was talking to my man Mikey last night and I thought about something. Now imagine you in a situation, right? Now really picture this in your mind. You're in a situation where somebody got a gun to you and your man's head. And he's about to kill one of y'all. And he say, y'all choose. You make the choice. Who gonna live? And your friend says, kill me so my friend could live. That's pretty deep, right? It's kind of gangster, like, by any standard, whether you from the hood, whatever, it don't matter. That's life. That's unimaginable. Really think about the magnitude of that. He just said, I'm gonna die so my friend could live. This is why I love Jesus so much. If you know me from before, you know what he's done in my life. You know the transformation he's doing in my life still and what he's done. Now, like I said, imagine the seriousness of somebody saying, kill me so my friend could live. It's alright. I'll die. Jesus died so we all could live. Every single one of us. Yeah, you too. Whoever you are. Every single one of us. That man died on the cross. It's more than just picturing dying on the cross. No. He died on a cross, hung him, nailed him to a cross. They whipped him bloody, couldn't even carry that cross. And he was innocent. We guilty. And he did that so that we can have eternal salvation. And people think it's something religious, like, yes, it has to do with religion. But it's not religious. He loved us. That's a deep relationship that he's trying to have with everybody. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Regardless of what you believe in, you know, I just felt like that was something deep to share with y'all. And I know it's true. I know what it is. I know what he's done. And I thank him for everything he's done for us. And I pray that y'all all get a revelation one day and an encounter with my God, your God, our Father, our Heavenly Father. Have a blessed day.